Pew, 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 pew. The old fakerooski, I got you on that one, didn't I, Pat?
You gave me the old Philly fake out.
Flag on the play, false start.
There we go. Hey, very topical jokes, everybody. Very topical jokes as we get to the start of football season. But we'll talk about that later on in the podcast. We got a few football. We got a whole new football segment, not a new segment, an old segment coming back. Past the grade picks. We got our PTG picks. We'll see if I can beat Pat again for back-to-back years. Robert's even going to pick this year. I don't think that's part of the plan yet, but we might see. We should just get Robert to pick, and then Robert probably is going to do better than us, honestly.
I'm just picking the Texans to lose.
That's not a bad bet.
Yeah, you're
Just
going to
do
win that bet
That'll be
14 times.
Robert's pick of the week, but unless you're paying attention to us right now, and like you remember this for the rest of the season, like you'll be Robert's pick of the week, and it's just not the Texans. You have to make one pick on the bye week. You can just like throw a dart at a board and be like, all right, that's it. And Robert will have a better record than both of us. Watch.
Yeah, he's going to have 14 fucking wins on that.
That's how it
bet.
happens.
Minimum.
That's how it happens. But yeah, also sorry we didn't do a fantasy league for Pasty Baby. It was just that
we couldn't agree.
It just didn't happen. Pat was like, oh, I'm gonna argue over how scoring is, and I was like, I don't care enough to argue anymore.
Well,
so
you refuse to use Yahoo, which is what I use. You refuse to bend on the score.
See, I don't even want to argue with it about it that much. That was how long it took for us to be like, we're probably not doing a league this year.
Yeah, it's just we're
different cats. Okay, all right, we're done then. Moving on. But let's get into the pre-cum segment, the pre-comeback kids segment. And I didn't bring in anything really for you guys this week.
I got one.
I do too much. So you guys, it's all up to you this week.
I got one that I think is actually pretty straightforward, but it made me laugh. Would you rather shit yourself every time you come or get a boner every time you talk to a guy?
Where do you get these?
The internet, man.
What is it? Wait, say it again.
Would you rather shit yourself every time you come or get a boner every time you talk to a dude?
Oh, man, I don't know. Probably because you could hide the boner, I guess.
That's a big part of it.
Chaotic. It would be chaotic if every time you came, you just shit yourself. That's
right. Like you could only.
That's so crazy. That's nuts.
You could only jack off on the toilet. You gotta fuck on the toilet too.
Right. So it'd be horrible.
Also, you couldn't say you were tired and you just wanted to fake it. You couldn't fake it unless you were just like, all right, the only way I could fake it is by actually shitting my pants. You can't knock one out in the morning or at night and then just roll over and go back to sleep. You gotta clean the sheets after you're done.
It's a whole deal. You gotta have
also think of it this way. Say
if you didn't know what this podcast was, you really just jumped into one, didn't you?
I thought of another scenario where you would want the boner. Say you're starting to hook up with a girl, but you're pretty drunk and you just couldn't get hard. All you had to do was call your buddy and be like, "What's up?" And he'd be like, "What's up?" And you're like, "Okay, I'm good now. Thanks." Bam, you're ready to go.
What?
Every time you talk to a dude, you get a boner. Say you can't get hard. All you do is call up your buddy real quick and then bam, you're hard.
Okay, that makes more sense. But I thought it was every time you talk to a dude, not every time you see a dude.
Yeah, every time you talk. But it would be super inconvenient. Like you're just at work all day with a fucking hard on tucked into your pants.
You're gonna need mosquitoes.
You might need mosquitoes. Yeah, we did learn that last week. A lot of them.
That. No,
way to bring that one back.
I mean, I have to assume you would get blue balls after a while.
Or would you just be so used to it?
Yeah, I think you'd be used to it.
It wouldn't even be a thing, you know?
But you'd have to find a girl with just an unusually high sex drive because you would just always be ready to go.
I guess you would.
Yeah, I'm definitely. What about you, Robert? Are you going to shit your pants or are you going with the boner?
I guess I'll go with that one. Yeah.
Which one?
Like I said,
every time talking
A or B.
I think it's B. Is it B?
B.
Yeah, it's B. It's B. Like I said, I thought it was.
I like your answer was that one.
Laugh.
Okay. Robert, what'd you bring this week for show and tell or discussion time?
I got a pimple on my stomach, and I didn't really know I could get a pimple on my stomach. This past weekend, I was doing bus fest, and I had a camera strapped around my neck, and like the bottom of the camera was always rubbing against my stomach. And then just like during the middle of the day, I'm like, "Ow, that hurts. Why does that hurt?" I feel around. I got a pimple on my stomach, and it's uncomfortable. Could have been
When you
not
get
cool, but that
older,
was
you
just
get them
my
everywhere.
That's
But
what I'm
yeah,
bringing.
no, that's a solid one.
I didn't know
Sometimes
I
you
could
just
get a pimple
get
there.
pimples in weird places. You're like, what? How did one get on my elbow? That's a weird spot. I've had that happen before.
Yeah, like right on the like tip of your elbow. It's such an annoying spot.
And it's like because of blocked up pores. That's how pimples are made, I believe. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure. And yeah, it's just like, why did that one spot of my elbow get blocked up? What the fuck was I doing? Is there just dirt somewhere? I don't know. That's not it. That's not an interesting thought at all, is it, guys? I'll shut the fuck up.
I got one more for you then.
All right.
If your girl or sexual partner, whatever it may be, had to wear a mascot head every time you had sex for the rest of your life, what mascot would you choose?
Probably the Wendy's mascot.
Wendy's mascot is just Wendy. Like you mean
Yeah.
like a mask of the cartoon of the
Yeah,
little
I
girl
guess.
from Wendy's?
Well, no, it'd be like an adult.
She's a little girl in the logo.
Fuck. Okay, take that back. Not that.
I'm trying to think of any female mascots, and I fucking can't. Like, what if I just went full on Notre Dame? Was like, I just need her to dress up as a leprechaun every time,
I wouldn't put it past you, honestly.
beard and all. Or like, Wally from the Orbit. That'd be too close to home if it was Orbit.
That'd be weird.
We got to come up with something here, and it doesn't have to just be sports mascot. It's just a mascot.
Really, Fanatic's got its mouth open like that, though. It's almost like that could be a good time.
Oh man,
That was stupid.
what about? Remember Turbo? Used to do dunks at the Rockets game. That's just like it's not like a weird head. They're just wearing like a mask at that point, but it's not like a goofy mask. It just, hey, in order for us to fuck, you got to put this thing over your head.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be weird. That'd be a weird thing to have to do.
I'm sure there's got to be a sex club where their mascot is a gimp. So it'd be like, hey, just put on this gimp mask. We can unzip it when we need to do that stuff.
Yeah, if you needed a mascot that bad, I don't know.
Yeah, like that. I'm just trying to think. You know what? You're going to be the mascot of our house. That's what it is.
And
now.
you
So
always
have
like a
to-
guy bring in bad ideas or suggestions to the fucking Precome study. You know what? I did bring in some ideas, so I was just seeing if you guys did any homework. But luckily, I'm here to save the day again because
I thought mine were pretty good.
I don't know. I did come up with an idea. I think it's pretty solid. What if we just put like alcohol that's healthy for you? Healthy alcohol. Write that down.
It's called bourbon.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
You can't always drink bourbon. Not everybody can drink bourbon.
Right here.
Just because you can doesn't mean.
You guys understand I haven't been sick in like 9 years, right? Whiskey.
I don't think that's scientifically proven, at least.
I think it is. I don't break bones. I'm never sick. I'm weirdly like, for as bad a shape as I'm in, I'm weirdly healthy and extremely flexible. I think whiskey has medicinal purposes. It's Irish medicine. When's the last time you heard of an Irishman being sick?
It's definitely happened before.
I mean, they just get drunk and then they go to work.
It's not 100% accurate.
I mean, you
Not
can't give me
all
one.
Irish. That is really lumping a group of people together, Pat.
And the Irish have no problem being lumped into a group together, except if you're going to loop them with the North Irish, those Protestant bastards. You gotta keep those two separate. They don't like each other.
I don't know where you're going whenever you start a sentence today. It's like Michael Scott. I'm like, where is this gonna end?
Guys, if you're Protestant, I don't think you're actually a bastard. It's just, that's what the Southern Irish say. Southern
Hey,
Irish and North Irish don't like each other.
Let's not talk about religion, buddy, until we get to the What Would Jesus Do segment, okay?
He wouldn't be
Let's save
Northern
religion
Irish
for a
Protestant.
religion segment.
I'll tell you that right now.
No, but my idea was like we just get healthy shit and we put like vodka in it. Like you just get a smoothie and you pour vodka in it. And you're like, here, it's past the gravy's healthy alcohol. And you just call it healthy alcohol. It's that simple. And people
So-
go, well, if it's healthy, it's got healthy in the name.
So basically, you're just opening a combination of a drive-through daiquiri bar and smoothie factory.
Smoothie factory with booze.
Well, hold on, there's something here. There's something here that we can.
Because you're
there's a
just
name.
like, yo, I want to drink, but I also want to be healthy drinking. And I know they have like certain like alcohols and like mixed drinks you can make, but it's just like all it is just like it's our whole line of it's only healthy shit.
Sboozy factory. Sboozy factory.
With SB like Sabaro.
Yeah. Sboozy. Like so it's like smoothie factory, but it's boozy.
I like
Sboozy factory.
where you're going with it. I think
Sboozy.
wouldn't it be
Smoozy.
Smoozy King? If it
Smoozy
was
King.
supposed
Sorry.
to be Smoothie. See,
Sorry, Spoozy King.
Are you mixing it with Cheesecake Factory?
Yes, I was. I was doing that. Okay, Spoozy King. Spoozy King. That's it. Nailed
Spoozy King.
it. Spoozy King.
Spoozy King would probably just be better. But then
No,
it sounds like
no,
we're
I
ripping
want
off Smoothie King and Burger King.
Ooh. No, but Burger King's not healthy. You got to stay away from that. You got to really
Right,
drive
so
home
what
the
are
fact
we trying to hammer home if we have King in the name?
that it's boozy smoothies. Hence the name Spoozy.
What if we called it Healthy Booze Who's? HOOZE.
No, we're close. We're close here. We're almost there. We got something.
Robert, we need your help. This is where you come in and save the day.
What are your top options? I think
Alcohol.
Jamba Booze.
Again, that just sounds like we're ripping off Jamba Juice.
That's exactly what we're doing.
That's true. You're right. Jamba Juice, Smoothie King, and alcohol.
GM, see me drink this alcohol.
No, too much. It's too wordy.
I
I can't believe it's alcohol.
Well, that's for the grocery store products that we sell that you can just buy right out of the freezer.
Where it's just butter with alcohol in it.
I can't believe it's healthy alcohol.
Too wordy.
It's I mean, but it's right to the point. That's why I thought like how alcohol, just healthy alcohol. It was just called healthy alcohol. I think you'd be like, that sounds cool. What is this? Let's go check it out.
And then like one of the flavors could either berry.
We don't need to think about like the flavors just yet. We got to figure out the the
Oh,
product.
I am already in the R&D development phase.
So we just buy a Jamba Juice,
Jamba
essentially. Jamba Booze. I like that. Robert, do you like Boozy King or Jamba Booze? I don't think we can get better than that.
It's Boozy.
Spoozy King.
With the S isn't necessary though.
Yes, it is.
It shows that it's a ripoff.
Yes.
Can we get sued?
Otherwise, we could just call it Boozy Juice, and that's not as much fun. I want people to know, hey, we're exactly this other company, except we have alcohol because we're not pussies.
we're like Smoothie King, but we're not pussy.
That's our slogan. Like the other guys, just not pussies.
Not that there's anything wrong with that. In parentheses at the end, or very fine print.
We can't get sued if we're copying two companies. If we're copying Smoothie King and Sabaro, then we're good.
No, we can just get double sued.
It's
right?
a parody.
Get sued by two companies.
Parody
Not
law.
if we're making money off of it.
Not
if we're making money off of it.
Who says you can't make money off of parodies? Look at Weird Al.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's not like a restaurant.
It's a brand.
Sboozy.
Spoozy King, baby.
I don't know.
And it's just like the logo is like a smoothie cup with like a face, but the face is just shit faced and like spilling alcohol out the top.
No, we want to have like a nice place. Like you can be healthy and just get your drink on.
And
Okay,
the
they're
face
not
has
shit.
the face has a pizza slice in its mouth too.
They're not shit faced, but you can tell they're a little boozy.
But like that's got to be some untapped market, like healthy booze in gyms.
What
Like
if our
just
mascot?
gyms that are bars?
What if our mascot was just Lil Boozy, but he's just drinking a smoothie? Lil Boozy's a person, right? That's
Yes,
okay. I thought I'd heard that.
I believe so. But yes, we're just gonna for the
Or
for the
maybe-
sake of this. It might just
may-
be boozy, but
Maybe the logo is just a smoothie, but there's a shot glass like being poured into the top of it.
yeah, like I think there's a lot of money to be made there. Where you're like, it's okay that I'm having a fourth Sboozy King.
Sboozy King, a Gravy Tech subsidiary.
There's money to be made here, guys. Some research and development. I don't know who works for us yet. If you volunteered to work for us, you work for us. So somebody start figuring it out.
Everyone, get your kids to start working on this.
Really, what got me thinking about this was Sonic when we were underage, which is terrible to really like
The
base
hedgehog.
a thing off of it. Sonic the Hedgehog, exactly. But we would just
Yeah.
go to Sonic and you get like a slush and you just pour booze in it.
Yeah,
And
Route
that's it.
44.
And just do that with Smoothie King.
And
But
you
like
get
that's
hammered out
our
in the open.
shtick. It's like, yeah, it's got apples and strawberries and pineapple and vodka in it.
Now I'm trying to come up with booze names off of fucking Sonic.
And then to be super healthy, we could just sell like fruit salad that we had soaked in like vodka all day.
Oh yeah, like you can buy whole watermelons that have just had an upside down
That's all it is.
upside down bottle of rum in it for 3 days.
And a rum ham.
Oh, you got to have the rum ham.
If you gotta get your protein, you know.
Man, I miss doing that float in the river with just a bottle or a fucking watermelon that's had alcohol draining into it for 3 days.
Yeah, you got to be careful that first time you do that. After you always go too far the first time, and then you realize, okay, I'm gonna space this out. But healthy alcohol, guys. All right.
Yeah.
It's a thing of the future, and we came up with that. All right. I'd like credit.
Sboozy King.
That was really my big idea. I had some other stuff I'd like to bring up to the group and discuss.
Okay.
Do you think that you've seen more mermaids that were topless or not topless in your life? And like, obviously I'm assuming that mermaids aren't real. So just mermaids you've seen on TV. I mean, Ariel
Not topless.
from Little Mermaid, she is not topless, but like most of the ones I've seen are on like the front of a ship or like a tattoo or like Sailor Jerry's. And
Sailor Jerry's not
it's
topless.
like, but like a lot of them are topless.
More
I
of
would
them
say
are not.
more of them are topless than are not topless.
What was that Tom Hanks movie? Splash? She wasn't topless. Pretty sure she had the seashell bra.
I
That's
didn't
what
see that, so it doesn't count.
that's what I always picture. I don't picture topless mermaids. Maybe, you know,
I
just
don't
'cause-
really either, but like when you think, yeah, I guess that's how you decide.
Well, I guess
So, like,
I
just
guess
think
I'm
Ariel.
just Italian and you're a pervert.
No, we're not going to keep doing that.
Oh, yes,
That
we
joke's
are.
old. That joke's
I don't
old.
give a shit.
That joke's old.
It's gonna make me laugh until it stops making me laugh. I'm gonna keep doing it, and it'll
That's
never stop
not a
making me
good
laugh.
reason to do it.
Can't convince me of that. No, I don't think of them as not or as being topless because I don't know. A half fish lady isn't gonna get it going for me. I just think of them wearing bras.
But I'm not asking if it gets you going. I'm just saying I feel like I've seen more.
Well, tits
like,
get me going.
Is that's why they like had them topless when they'd put them on like the front of a ship? They're just like, right, boys,
Well, sailors need something to think
nice
about.
pair
when
of
they're out at
boobs,
sea.
huh? Was
I'm gonna
that
go
it?
I'm gonna go to the front of the ship for a little while, guys. You guys stay back there.
Robert, what do you think? You think they're not, or that they are topless?
That they are not topless.
Italian.
Okay, see, you gotta knock it off.
See, this is the worst thing you could have ever done is let me know that it bothers you, because now it's game over. This is the end of the podcast, guys.
Because people that don't get it are just gonna have no idea what you're talking about.
That's on them. If they don't understand Italian or pervert by now, that's on them.
Okay. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. While you did, it was fun while it lasted.
I've got obscure jokes, and you've got fucking window wipers. We all have our thing that nobody else likes.
Window wipers.
Isn't that what I said?
Wiper.
Oh,
No.
whatever.
Window wipers. I feel like more mermaids are topless though. The ones that I feel like I've seen are just like I think most tattoos of mermaids, I would say 6 out of 10 at least are topless.
How many mermaid tattoos have you seen? Because I've never seen one.
Oh, I've seen old sailor tattoos before.
In person?
On TV.
There you go. TV's not real.
TV's real. You ever heard of reality TV? Real. Real's in the name.
That's true.
So
you got me there.
Ever heard of Real World? I was on TV. Boy, was it real.
Real Housewives of
real
19 different cities.
Yeah.
Real Bros of Simi Valley. That's the realest one.
100% accurate. So see, yeah, TV is real life. So maybe think about that next time. All right, Pat.
You're right.
Apology accepted.
I should think before I talk. It's not one of my strong suits.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Not at all. What else did I have? Do you think horses are just confused all the time?
No.
Like race horses kind of know what they're doing, but like not so much nowadays, because I guess like they all just serve like a similar purpose from whatever they're doing most of the time. But like, what are like war horses? Like you're just like, what the fuck happened? This guy just fell off of me. Am I free now? There's stuff being shot at me. What do I do? Like that would be confusing as shit. What if you were a jousting horse?
I mean, the horses, they just,
you know what the fuck's going on anytime somebody hops on you, like, where are we going? What is this? I'd be terrified. They got to be constantly afraid.
No, I think horses are just, they're pretty peaceful. They just go with the flow. They are completely in the moment. They don't worry about what's coming next, what's coming later. They're like, oh, there's some grass. I'm going to eat it. Oh, there's a guy on my back kicking me. Let's fucking run. They're just psyched to be there. Unless you walk behind them, and then they're like, fuck you, and they kick the shit out of you. Horses don't like you being behind them.
We were at BuzzFest this week, and I had to go get my credential, and there was like a horse cop, and he was part cop, part horse is what I meant.
I'd watch that show.
It was like a centaur that was in law enforcement. It was absolutely incredible. I've never seen
horse cop,
like that, but I'm for it. But there was a cop on a horse, and I had to go behind it, and the horse was facing away from me, and I was like, please don't kick me, please don't kick me, please don't kick me, please don't kick me. And it didn't, obviously, but that's just like a weird fear that I have anytime there's a horse, even if it's like an unrealistic reason, like distance behind me or in front of me. I'm just like, I don't know. What if it backs up and then kicks me?
I mean, that's a healthy thought to have.
Yeah.
It's not unrealistic. It's smart. It means you're aware of your surroundings, much like horses.
I just feel like they got to be afraid all the time. Like, you don't know what you're going into.
Maybe if there's like a thunderstorm, they're scared, like dogs. Some scared, some not. No, I think horses are pretty chill animals.
Okay, I guess I get Robert. Do you agree with me at all? Like, wouldn't it be weird if you like somebody's just like, Robert, we're going here today? And you're like, oh, well, okay. Just like drive. You're just a chauffeur that has no idea where you're going.
No, they're just chill. They just, like Pat said, they just go with the flow. They're not confused.
They get kicked and hit. They have spurs to kick the horse.
They get prodded and they get directed. I wouldn't say kicked and hit.
And they know where to go. They're not like, what was that? What was that? What am I doing? No, they go. So not confused. They make a decision right there. Like, okay, that means go.
All right, fine. Just shit on every thought I have. All right, guys. Whatever.
I mean, you didn't have the idea for Sboozy King. I mean, I had to help flush you out that idea.
I had the idea.
You had
ripped off. You ripped off a company's name, and then we used that.
I mean,
coming up with an original name.
The name is 90% of the product.
Not true.
Mhm.
Product is a large part of the product.
I don't know. I don't think Google would be where it was if its name was like
Google, and we've seen
Flat-
another universe where it was. So actually, it's fine. It would be like that.
Floopy. I don't think Floopy takes off like Google does.
I think Floopy does. I think Floopy's a pretty fucking sick name.
I'll come up with a product for it. Name comes first.
Don't. Well, we did come up with Gravy Tech. So in that theory, yes. We were like, what do? I don't know. We come up with companies. We make healthy alcohol. What else we came up? We had pistache trays, healthy alcohol, and whatever the idea was we had last week.
Window wipers, I guess.
Yep. Gravy Tech. A Gravy Tech product. Last thing I got. How did hobos fit all of that shit in a handkerchief and on a stick?
They didn't have much stuff. That's why they were hobos.
But how much can you really put in there?
Well, it's more of a bandana than a handkerchief. And
still not a lot of real estate, you know?
You got to, like, how big are you envisioning the end of this hobo stick being? Like,
I'd like to think that the hobo could have like a can of soup in it. I don't think you could fit a can of soup in that.
They got like, are you kidding me?
No, because when you fold it up and tie it, like you really got like that much space. You can't put a whole can of soup there.
See, that's the problem.
Maybe if you pour it out.
You're thinking of a handkerchief and not a big old bandana. Which, by the way, it wasn't always a bandana. It's just some sort of cloth.
Yeah, it was mostly a handkerchief.
No, it wasn't.
Mostly a handkerchief.
Honestly,
That's all they had.
It was never once a handkerchief. It was a bandana.
They didn't have giant bandanas. Not everybody has bandanas, Pat. Sorry. You live a privileged life where you don't have to have bandanas, all right?
It's so arguing with you when your entire premise is flawed and you won't even admit that.
Your privileged bandana-filled life isn't the mainstream life that somebody in this country has, all right, Pat? Check your fucking privilege. You never had to have a stick in a hobo bag. It's
not true. When I was a little kid, I did make that when I was a little kid, just playing around.
But like, I remember making it. It sucked, and you're like, I can't put anything here.
Yeah, no, because I didn't try and use a fucking handkerchief. I understood the exercise.
I would say that if you're a hobo, you're probably a minimalist.
I don't know how you're not a hobo with your understanding of the world.
I don't know.
You think horses are terrified. You think hobos try and use handkerchiefs to hold all their worldly possessions, but it was clearly a bandana.
I'm just saying, why do we not see them doing that anymore? Obviously, I think the duffel bag came along and really changed the game up.
Now a lot of the time they have shopping carts.
It just seems like that's more to carry, you know?
I mean, it's got wheels.
Yeah, but you can't just throw it over your shoulder, you know?
But also, to answer your question, how did they fit so much in there? They didn't. They were hobos. They don't have much stuff. That's why they're hobos.
What if they did have a bunch of stuff?
Then how'd
they move it?
Then they would build a camp. They wouldn't be on the move hobos. They wouldn't be riding the rails.
That's hobo life, dude.
Yeah, they'd build a shanty town.
A one-person shanty town.
Well, I mean, other hobos will eventually join.
What if you're the only one in the area?
Then you're a hobo.
You know, I see again your privileged life. You don't understand how the streets work, Pat.
You could be a hobo hermit, or more hobos join you, and you build your own hobo economy and hobo city, and
hobo
currency.
There you go.
It's just beans.
I was gonna say beans.
We have bucks, they have beans.
Figured it out. Nailed it. All right. And with that, we'll move on. That was the Precome segment. We'll get to the comeback segment brought to you by our good friends at Bees Knees Honey Company, the best honey and honey accessories. I say honey accessories because I am assuming you can probably just, actually, maybe they're not accessories because you can't just put them in honey. But they've got the beard balm, beard butter. They have they've got soaps that they're working on. They have dog treats. They got a little bit of everything. Their honey is the best. I've told you guys over and over again, the Oreo cookie honey butter. That's my favorite thing that you can get at beeskneeshoneycompany.com. Our boy Brett Brandon, he tweeted us, let us know that he got some, said it was amazing. Said it was waiting for him when he got back from going to BuzzFest this weekend, and said that it was awesome. And I'm betting that there's very little or almost none left. If very little or none left, excuse me, almost none is the same thing. But I bet he's gone through that real quick, because that Oreo cookie honey butter is the tits, as the kids say these days. BZ's Honey Company, I like the honey straws. If you're at work, you just cut open one of the straws. If you can have your tea there, you get awesome honey. They have root beer honey. We've all tried the root beer honey, and that is awesome. They have all kinds of flavored honey. They have the clove honey. They have the lip balm. I don't go anywhere without my Bees Knees lip balm. Bees Knees honeycompany.com. Give them a follow on Twitter and Instagram, at Bees Knees Honey 1 on Twitter, and at Bees Knees Honey Co on Instagram. If you're getting something from them, let them know you're part of the Gravy Gang, and tag them. Let them know that you heard about them on Pass the Gravy podcast. Bees Knees Honey Company, the official honey and honey products sponsor of Pass the Gravy and the Comeback Kids segment this week.
It's the Comeback Kid. The Comeback Kid of the week. The Comeback Kid of the week. Bitch.
Also, a loose Comeback Kid, but back for one more week only is the Pass the Gravy limited edition merch drop, courtesy of one Bobby Jokes. He surprised the world dropping some awesome merch. If you want a Gravy Tech shirt, you want a Darling Like a Marlin pint glass, you want a Pass the Gravy logo pint glass, you want a PTG shirt with the G is a ladle. That's my favorite thing probably out of all of it. Get all that stuff at passthegravymerch.com. Robert, that's going to be when is the final day that you can get that?
Monday the 13th, September 13th.
Monday.
September 13th. Hopefully Friday is payday, but after that, that's it. Midnight, Monday the 13th.
I got a notification earlier that my stuff has shipped, and I'm super excited about that.
I'm so excited. I have not gotten that notification, and that upsets me right now.
What?
I know a lot of you guys ordered, but if you haven't ordered, just remember it's like and I promise we're not joking. It's not just gonna like hang around for another month or anything. It's gonna be out of the store. So passthegravymerch.com, get that limited edition stuff before the 13th, and you should be good. All right. Our Comeback Kid this week. Let's start with Blue's Clues. Let's start with Blue's Clues, because what's his face is back from Blue's Clues. Was it Steve?
Yeah.
Steve is back from Blue's Clues. And am I an asshole because I don't get it?
Did you not watch Blue's Clues?
I didn't. I was a little bit above the age of Blue's Clues, I feel like.
Fuck you. I watched
maybe
Blue's
that was
Clues.
towards the end of, like, I just didn't pay attention to it. But I'm not trying to be cool guy, or like I didn't watch Blue's Clues. But just like I don't like, he was like, we have house payments and student loan debts, and we're people. We do these things. Now look at us. And I thought about you the whole time. Like, I'm like, stay woke to this, guys. I think he's got something coming out, and it's going to be like, he came back, and now he's got like a Netflix special or something.
Yeah, it's the 25th anniversary of Blue's Clues. That's what he's got coming back. That's why they brought him back. I loved it. I felt safe for the first time in 20 years.
I just didn't get it.
It was just an old friend stopping in to say that he still cared about us. There's nothing
to get. You, Steve, what have you been up to, dude? You left us anyways.
He literally told us.
You left us and made your money. College. And yeah, whatever. Tight, dude.
All right,
everybody went to college. A lot of people went, not everybody. A lot of people went to college, dude. You're not the only person who ever went to college, Steve. Shut the fuck up.
Steve's a good man. I don't understand why the hostility is there.
He is a really good drawer, and I feel bad for being a dick earlier. I apologize.
I loved it. I was like, some people
just didn't get it. Like, it was like, oh my God, I'm bawling. And I was like, what are you bawling over?
It's like seeing an old friend for the first time in 20 years.
That show was kind of like you're kind of an idiot if that show was that cool to you, because it's like, have you guys seen where Mr. Pepper is? It's like, he's right behind you. He's like, yeah, dude, turn around, idiot. Like, come on, Steve.
I know that Blue's Clues was for children that were younger than I was. I understood what was going on so the whole time. Doesn't mean I can't enjoy it. People enjoy kids shows all the time.
Get your kids a Where's Waldo instead of just like, this is like a shittier version of Where's Waldo, but with a cool dog.
It was great. That was the thing. It had a dog.
I guess that okay.
It had a dog. So I was in.
Now you get why it's so good because of the dog.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
People watch that fucking show Bluey all the time. That's for kids. Even adults are like, yeah, Bluey's fucking dope. Like that's the one kid show that I don't mind watching with my kids. I haven't seen it. I kind of want to get into it because it's about dogs.
Paw Patrol, super popular. Dogs.
Yeah, it's super
Another one.
popular.
Boom. Boom. Yeah, I mean,
Todd Voss's son asked us what our favorite Paw Patrol animal was, and Pat,
That's true.
Who did you say yours was?
The green one.
The cop was Pat's one.
I don't know. Is the green one the cop? I don't know. All I know is he was green, and I took green.
My favorite is Rubble, the construction one, because he's gritty and he's cool.
Who's the green one? What's his name?
Rocky.
What's he do?
I don't know. He looks like he's like the environment guy. Chase is the cop.
Rocky fights the Russian dogs.
I don't think so. He's probably just like more like, hey, don't litter. So he looks like he does.
I mean, I'm down with that. I don't like
All
that.
right, you can do that. And Robert, you get to be Marshall, the firefighter.
Is that the red one?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh, can you see red?
No, but neither can dogs. So.
Okay, fair.
That's true. None of them know they're wearing different colors.
So good. Now we know which Paw Patrol characters. That was like us doing a BuzzFeed. Like, which Paw Patrol character are you based on the 4 desserts that you choose?
I did one of those the other day. I think it was a Rod Ryan show one. I don't remember what it was, but it was like, what cookie are you?
I was a snickerdoodle.
I got shortbread. And the description of it did not describe me at all. It was like, you're caring, and people just want to be. I'm like, nah, nope.
Well, they're not all winners, all right?
Don't get. There was like, it was like, you're not gonna. Actually, there was one part of it that was right. It was because it was shortbread. It was like, you're not going to be everyone's choice every time, but they always come back. And I was like, I guess that kind of makes sense. People like being around me every so often.
Every once in a while.
Not too much. Yeah. So I guess it wasn't all bad.
But yeah, Steve, I just was not like super moved by it. I mean, I'm just an asshole.
It's because you're a heartless bitch.
I don't know, dude. It's like, I figure like you should be able to get a letter and not have to sing about it. Although that song slapped, it's just like, dude, maybe just act like a normal dude and just fucking take your letter. Like,
we just got
you're freaking everybody at the apartment out dancing around the lobby whenever you get a fucking letter. Just relax, man.
I mean, when's the last time you got a letter that you wanted? It's all bills.
Yeah, that's why I just wait and like check it like once a week, and it's usually like filled with just Pizza Hut coupons, and I'm like, all right, done.
Exactly. So if you got a letter from a dog, I think you'd be pretty excited.
Was the letter from Blue?
I don't think so. No, you're overthinking this, man. Why are you trying to shit on my happy? I'm never happy. I'm happy.
I'm Wishbone over Blue all day. If we're looking at like TV dogs, Wishbone was everything you wanted it to be.
I'll take Eddie from Frasier any day of the week over Wishbone.
Yeah, but he wasn't for like children, you know.
I'd also take Clifford the Big Red Dog and Scooby-Doo.
Too big of a dog. It's too big of a dog.
Scooby-Doo then.
It's big. You're a drug guy then, so okay.
Dude, a gigantic dog that's chill and just likes to hang out and eat. Yeah. I can hug him. He used to jump into Shaggy's arms. That's all I want from a dog, is that a dog will jump into my arms.
And sort of talk.
Yeah. It's raining outside. I'm like, I know. It's going to be okay. I'll give you a Scooby snack and then we're cool. He's like, oh, okay. Scooby would be the ultimate fucking dog.
Scooby's pretty chill.
Yeah. I'm like, hey, Scooby, you know what we're going to do? We're not going to go solve mysteries so you don't get freaked out. I mean, you're just going to hang out and watch sports. And we'd be good.
Pat, what did you have as our next one?
I wrote this down because I thought it would confuse you. Taking Back Sunday. Some of y'all might think that's a band. Well, it is. That's not what I'm talking about, though. I forced my way into just getting Sundays off for football season this year. I just kept telling them for weeks and weeks and weeks that I was no longer going to show up on Sunday. And then this week the schedule came out and they still had me on Sunday. And I was just like, guys, I'm not coming. So do you want me to start working Wednesday mornings again? And they're like, yeah, that's cool. So I just forced my way into having NFL Sunday off again.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So guys, here's a lesson. If you're at work and you want a day off, just for like 2 months straight, tell them, hey, starting on this day, I'm no longer going to show up on this day. And maybe it works.
So you have to work Wednesdays now, though.
Wednesday morning, which is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. But now I get to watch and I already have Thursday nights off. So like really, I just missed Monday Night Football, which I've been missing Monday Night Football for 4 years anyway. It's always been my schedule. Basically since NAM.
What about Notre Dame football on Saturdays, huh?
Well, I
Or
have
West
Saturday mornings off. So most of Notre Dame I'm going to get to watch. Every so often there'll be a night game and stuff, and then I'll just bring my laptop to work with me and watch it at work.
Okay. What's Notre Dame ranked?
They are 8th in the country right now.
Oh, that's cool. Sam Houston's number 1.
That's also pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. See, I tried to see if you were gonna talk shit because you can't, because we're big athlete guys for Sam Houston.
Yeah, Texas State is also 1-0 against the spread, so that's pretty cool.
There you go.
Yeah,
Sam Houston 1-0 against the spread, but we don't talk about that because we don't bet on our boys. We don't we would bet on them, but
we don't
talk about it if we do. We're moving on, but still, we'll just bring them up as our next comeback kid because our Pass the Gravy athletes are back too. Cody Crest.
I took back.
Fucking awesome.
I took back my Sunday. I took back Sunday.
You got Sunday back. Congrats, buddy.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super psyched about it. Maybe not this Sunday, but one of these Sundays we'll have to do maybe we live stream us watching and do something
I'm
like
down
that.
for that. If we got a bar that was like, hey, we want to.
I kind of just
that'd be sick.
I kind of just figured like at your place and we just set up like 9 different screens for all the games.
We could also do that.
Yeah.
But like if a bar wanted to sponsor us.
Oh, that'd be dope. You see
Chili's, maybe.
That'd be dope.
I'm just saying. But yeah, so congrats on taking back Sundays, but sticking to Saturdays and even Thursdays, as happened last week. Our Pass the Gravy athletes are back once again. Cody Crest, ever heard of him? Yeah, he's the leading wide receiver in Sam Houston State's team right now. So also leading in receptions. We call him Cody Crest. Maybe that'll be a shirt idea. I don't know. That's what we're gonna work on. And Ryan Humphreys still continues to be the greatest holder I've ever seen in my life. So
best hands in college football.
Never lost a game as the Pass the Gravy athletes. That's a stat. Big stat people last week. And I think my stats proved some of the haters' stats wrong. So again, as a big sabermetrics guy, Pass the Gravy athletes have never lost a game in any format. So shout out to them for representing us. Proud of them. And then also October 2nd, Saturday, October 2nd, Sam Houston plays Stephen F. Austin rivalry game called Battle of the Piney Woods. It's going to be
not much of a rivalry.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, nine times in a row. 9 times Sam Houston has won. Instagram was not around the last time that Sam lost to Stephen F. Austin. But NRG Stadium's where they're going to play the game Saturday, September 2nd. It'd be really cool if we got a big group of the Gravy Gang to go. It's college football, dude. It's the tickets aren't expensive. We can get ourselves like in a little hangout area, do a tailgate, kind of party together. And then like I want to get a Cody Crest fathead to hang out. It's like
that'd be dope.
Because we got to represent our boys. But I
want
get
one
really
of
like rowdy
Ryan's
for
hands.
Ryan and Cody.
I want one of Ryan's hands.
We should get Ryan. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Get them both to do like a walk of fame or is it walk of fame? And where they just do like their hands in concrete and then we just hold those up.
That'd be pretty sick.
Hold giant concrete blocks.
That'd be pretty
So we would be gritty by bringing concrete. I don't know if we'd be allowed to bring it in, but who knows?
Maybe we
I'm
just
sure
take a
we can
picture
figure
of it.
something out. But yeah, dude, let's get a bunch of the Gravy Gang to go to the Battle of the Piney Woods. That'd be a lot of fun, and support our PTG athletes. I'm gonna try and get up to the game this Saturday. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to, but if not, I'm definitely going to be there September 2nd. That's one of my favorite things to do. I missed it so much last year when they didn't have it at NRG, so or they didn't play last year because SFA was scared, or else they would have lost 10 years in a row. But yeah.
Fact.
Sam Houston 1-0 and going to be 2-0 this weekend. And our Passive Gravy athletes are killing it. So at Crest Cody and at Ryan Landry. Hold on. Ryan has a lot of numbers on his. Ryan Landry 6712 at Crest Cody at Ryan Landry 6712. So go give our boys a follow. Passive Gravy athletes back this week. Also back this week is Trump. Donald Trump is back. Not really anything political, but he is calling a version of a pay-per-view fight between Evander Holyfield, who's really old now, and Vitor Belfort, a former UFC fighter. It's a boxing match, and it's going to be pay-per-view with Trump being the host of it. So that'll be weird. But I honestly feel like if you wanted to like have a Trump rebrand and not to get, I don't care who you voted for, you know what? Like we're all people that do things. So you do things as a person and I'll do things as a person. But I think that like if Trump was doing some sort of rebrand, like post-president Trump, like wrestling or the world of just like celebrity boxing matches is the perfect avenue.
Boxing promotion. He's got
Like,
just the absolutely
right?
ridiculous
Like
hair.
Don King,
of a
Don Trump. Like, come on.
Only in America.
He already did WWE stuff. He was great at that.
Two great competitors. The greatest competitors of all time, some would say. I don't know. Not me. Some.
It's tremendous what we've seen out of these boxers.
The pay-per-view numbers we're doing. Frankly, nobody's ever
Through the
seen it
roof.
before.
Best of all time. Greatest ever. Just like the limited, like sprinkle it in. You got to pay to get it. So it's not like, you're not getting it shoved in your face if you don't want it, but just, I think this is a good avenue for him.
I would love to see him transfer into just being like, I don't know, even more so than that, like if he was like a boxing announcer, like if he was just the color commentator guy, it would be fucking hilarious. He doesn't even need to know what's going on. Just give him a microphone and let him start talking, and it's going to be entertaining.
Do you think
might not have anything to do with the fight, but
he doesn't have Twitter anymore? So do you think he would just treat it as like he's firing off all the tweets he wants to say, but he can't say because he doesn't have the outlet? So he's just like, you know what? All right, I'll tell you about this.
Frankly,
Talking
this
about
fight
Russia.
is
Like,
this
okay,
fight's
all right,
very
Donald, no.
one-sided. It's very one-sided, much like my trade deals were with Russia. We won. Not getting into that. It's okay. But frankly, this fighter is being beaten like every country that went up against me. That would be fucking, dude, like, damn it. I want this so bad now.
If that's the outlet that he's at, like, maybe this is the right thing for him. I don't know.
Am I going to have to fucking buy this fight now? God damn it.
I'm not going to buy it. But if it's got highlights, I'll check out the highlights of it.
If I happen to open up my laptop at one point and the fight is on because somebody else did, so be it.
I wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't do it. But if somebody else used my laptop for it and it happened, then
if you got kidnapped and the kidnapper took you to their house and they happened to pirate the fight, then you had it on in front of you, you wouldn't not watch, is what you're saying.
This boxer's putting up a worst effort. He's worse than the media. I don't even know what to tell you.
They're probably not even report this.
Now I don't think I can watch it because if I turn it on and it's not exactly what we're doing right now, I'd be so fucking disappointed.
But it's also just like you have the what is it gonna be? I don't know. I think that this is gonna be an interesting outlet for Trump, and maybe he found his the Trump rebrand. Maybe that's what he can do. Trump 2.0. Or
there's a knock
or 4.0 or whatever it is.
Somebody knocks the other guy out. He's like, oh, he put him to sleep. I know somebody else who's sleepy. Not going to say it. Not going
I'm
there.
not going to do that. I could, but I'm not going to. We all know who, but I'm not going to say it.
Dude, if he just uses this to be
Class.
as petty as he possibly fucking can, that'd be
Why
the
wouldn't he?
funniest. That's what I'm saying. Like, oh my God. I want it so bad.
So yeah, Trump comeback kid this week as well.
Phenomenal.
What else do we have as Applebee's, dude. All right. We just mentioned Chili's earlier, but Applebee's is really pissing
Disowned.
me. Applebee's is pissing me the fuck off. All right.
Disavowed. I'm
sick
done with
of
them.
it.
I'm done with them forever.
I don't know the song, but it's on. If you watch any college football, it's every commercial or every other commercial. Applebee's on a midnight, got a Friday, got an Applebee's, and it's like, shut the fuck up. I am never eating Applebee's again. I think we start a revolution here, and we've had to boycott Applebee's, which
Yes.
I can't tell you the last time I ate at an Applebee's, but we are boycotting Applebee's until that fucking commercial stops. I don't know if it's the song is that bad or
yes,
if
it is.
It's just like I've heard it so much that I hate it.
The worst thing about it is it's an awful song. It's fucking terrible. It's bullshit. It's a real song. Like they might have changed it up slightly to put a few like dishes or whatever into the song, but that's a real fucking song that somebody recorded and was like, tell you what, this is country music right here. Sand.
Applebee's.
But they just said Applebee. And the worst part about it was just minding my own fucking business yesterday. And the song came on. Like I think I was scrolling through Twitter or something, and it was there as an ad. I don't remember where it was, but it was a fucking ad. So the rest of the day stuck in my fucking head. A song that I absolutely just want. I'm trying to go to sleep last night. I'm dog ass tired. I'm falling asleep on the fucking couch. I get up, I go to bed, and as I'm trying to close my eyes, I just hear Applebee's on a steak night, fucking beer in a styrofoam cup on repeat. Couldn't sleep. It woke me up.
I hate it.
So yeah, I'm fucking done with Applebee's. Like
Chili's
never again.
Chili's would
Chili's
never.
would never.
Chili's
Never.
would never dream of doing such a thing.
I think
Team
Applebee's,
Chili's all day, every day. Fuck you, Applebee's.
Applebee's lost themselves business. They're like, we're gonna flood the market with the song. Everyone's gonna be thinking of us all the time. Yes, negatively. That's like giving a dog a treat and then shocking it every time you give it a treat. They're not going to associate the treat with something good. That's what they did. Applebee's just Pavlovian.
The damn TikTokers is probably what it is.
Well, that's where it started.
Exactly. That's
which,
the
by the way,
downfall of all of us.
That's the whole commercial. We're going to take a song. That's an awful goddamn song. Everyone fucking hates it, right? All right. Well, people are doing TikTok dances to it. So here's what we're going to do. The song says our name. We're going to make that the commercial, and the whole commercial is people dancing to a song that says our name. We're going to show our products at all? No. We're just going to associate some things that people hate with other things that they hate and say it our name 87 times a day. We're going to talk only about things that people hate with our name in it. They're going to love it.
It was Jerry Jones that was pitching it, by the way.
Jerry Jones' cousin, Barry Jones.
Larry Jones.
He owns the Dallas Cowboys.
Dude, fuck Applebee's, all right? This is an anti-Applebee's podcast.
Done. And everyone here, everyone listening, as part of the Gravy Gang, you're now done with Applebee's as well.
Or if you just don't tell us, all right? But
you better not tell us.
If you'd like to join the revolution, you can let us know. But if you go to Applebee's, just don't tell us you go to Applebee's.
At hashtag fuck you Applebee's.
Hashtag fuck you Applebee's.
Yeah.
Hashtag Team Chili's.
I'm just gonna fucking
Chili's,
tweet that shit right now.
Come on, Chili's.
Hashtag
does Applebee's have a triple dipper?
Applebee's.
They don't have a triple dipper. No, they don't. Do they have Presidente margaritas? No, they don't. So, and now they have this annoying ass song. Excuse me. It's game, set, match. Chili's all day, every day.
Hashtag fuck you Applebee's. Hashtag Chili's would never.
Never. The Applebee's comeback kid. Robert, have you even seen that commercial?
I have not.
God damn it.
Not once. I live a
You don't have
pretty
cable. You don't have
ad-free life.
cable.
Consider yourself lucky.
Yeah. It's the worst.
I don't think I've even had Applebee's.
There's
Ever
not even
before.
apples in anything. They don't even serve apples.
I go there for the bees, actually.
The bees are terrible, actually. I don't know if you've ever tried them. They're horrible.
I'm actually shocked that I'm scrolling through the tweets that say hashtag fuck you Applebee's. Not one of them is about the song. It's just lots of people saying fuck you Applebee's for giving them the shits.
Chili's would never. Again.
Oh, and a lot of them are just people that work there. I'm the only host on during a Saturday night. Hashtag fuck you Applebee's.
That's always good when employees are tweeting that.
Oh man, that's great.
So yeah, hashtag fuck you Applebee's. That's about all we got as Comeback Kid. Oh wait, no, football. Football's back, guys. The NFL specifically is back.
Let's go.
Pat, this is, as we're recording on September 8th, this is the last day we have until like mid-February that there's not football.
Like 27 hours from now, we'll be watching football.
There will be NFL regular season football to discuss at least. Of like, hey, game day. I don't give a fuck about, the Bucks. I hate the Cowboys, so I hope the Bucks win. But it's like, yeah, I'm watching that shit.
Oh yeah, I'll be fucking glued to
I'll be
it.
watching Big Brother, but I'll have that on too.
Oh yeah, so tomorrow when we record the Big Brother recap, I'm gonna be
Pass
watching.
Bro, go listen to it.
Gonna be watching the game in the background.
Absolutely. But football, like NFL football is back. I had a fantasy draft, so like all that stuff. Like I told y'all, I think it was about a month ago. I was like, I hate fantasy football season because I always put it off until the last possible second. And then it's just like, man, I hope that this goes through. I hope that everybody comes through on this. That's exactly what I did. I did it yesterday. I know Pat's about to do one today, so you on the same exact boat as me.
I'm excited though. I love fantasy football.
I'm a commissioner in my league, so I have to like be in charge of like setting it all up, and it's a pain in the ass. But I got it done. I like last night. I just stayed up, and T's and P's to me. I wanted to play Call of Duty. I didn't get a chance to play Call of Duty because I was entering the lineups because I wanted to just be like, you know what, everybody needs to check their lineups at a certain point. But it was an in-person draft. The way we do our league, nobody gives a fuck about my league, but the way we do it is a little complicated. So like, you can't just do it on like an app. And like, I had people that would be like, hey, can you just auto draft from him? Like, yeah, we're not computers. So no, you're going to hang out for the last two draft rounds. Like, you're going to hang out for the final two rounds. You can't just bail. That's not how this works.
Because if you bail, we think you're going to take bottom of the league kickers with all of your fucking picks.
And nobody cares about your fantasy team, but early not cool in any fantasy draft. It's probably like not really relevant because everybody's done with theirs. Is the guy that like all throughout the draft is so-and-so available? And it's somebody that's obviously not available. And you're like, oh my God, they were gone in they were the second pick. Why would they be available in the 12th round? What are you doing? This is the 25th time. I had a guy who was doing that. And at one point I was like, okay, you can hit time to look it up. But if you say somebody that's already been picked, we get to pick your guy. Like that's how it goes.
I got Michael Thomas in the second last round.
I just start to hate fantasy football because of little things like that. It's just little like pet peeves I have, and I think I have too many, and that's why it's just like I just need to stop.
Well, no, it's because you have a super involved league. Like, if your league didn't have to be done in person, you wouldn't mind. Like, my buddy has a league where it's like keepers and all that shit too, but Yahoo gives you the ability to plug all that shit into it so that you don't have to worry about all that shit being taken. You just use a shitty platform.
No, we're not going to discuss it because nobody cares. But yeah, football is back. Mostly like the NFL season starts because like this is that time of year where you're just like, I'm just like, Giants are undefeated, going in to play the Broncos. That afternoon game on Sunday, I'm feeling great. I'm feeling great going into it. And, I very well could have my dreams just shattered right away. Right out. I just get kicked right in the balls right off the bat.
We're going to see. We're going to see how Saquon looks, man.
But hopefully not. And I'm ready for it. I am ready to get hurt again, as Michael Scott would say. And Pat's like, oh, my team's good. Fuck you. Like, so cool. Wow. Again, neat.
Hey, next year could be very different for me. So I'm just enjoying it while I can, man. This is
And
hey,
Robert,
this is
again,
the last
big
dance.
Texans fan. Biggest Texans fan we know. Your prediction for the Texans this season?
0-17.
0-17. Okay, bold.
Oh, you're giving him an over. Okay.
Bold.
That's what I'm hoping for.
Well, we'll see.
God.
What if Robert's right? Remember this, everybody. 1 hour into this podcast, Robert Barbosa on September 8th called it.
We could be. I mean, the Texans are
I think they win a
so
couple
bad.
games. They'll win a couple games.
I think so too. Like you have to be. But here's the thing. I think the Texans could also be historically bad.
The Texans, though, like looking at their roster, they just have so many people that when you'd play Madden and you'd make a franchise and you're like, oh, I remember that guy. Like Terrell Pryor was the number one like recruit in my high school class. Like when I was in high school, and everybody in the class of 08, I'll sign him as a backup receiver. Why not? And you just sign names you recognize at a certain point.
Dude,
and it's
they
like
just
the Texans did that. They're like, Philip Lindsay. I remember him. He was cool on this guy's fantasy team one time. All right, Mark Ingram. Yeah, that guy was fun. Oh, he was also at Alabama. Remember that? He's in that Derrick Henry meme. Oh, okay, cool. David Johnson, we already had him, so we're going to keep him. Tyrod Taylor, that's the guy that was in the news because his lung got punctured from a doctor that stabbed him in the lung when he was trying to, like, give him a shot before a game. Okay, bring him in. Fuck it. Like, that's what the
they
Texans
literally
like they did.
Today they just gave Danny Amendola a 1 year, $2.5 million contract. Why?
Everybody
why are you
that
bringing in
plays
Danny
Madden, you go
Amendola?
through the waiver wire. Amendola was on it, and they're like, sign him. Done.
Well, or more likely, it's like, oh, he used to play for the Patriots. That's who we've been trying to be for the last 15 years is
That
Patriots
is
South.
Exactly true. Yeah.
So let's do that.
The Texans are not going to be good. Tyrod Taylor's not a bad quarterback. He's not a great quarterback. But, yeah, I didn't really do any, like, predictions. But, like, if you had to go, like, AFC Championship, NFC Championship, who would you go with?
I'm gonna go Packers, Bucks in the NFC, AFC Chiefs, and Bills.
Chiefs, Bills. So pretty much last year.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think the Bills are gonna be even better this year. The Chiefs are who they are. Well, maybe. I could see it being Bills Steelers.
I don't think that happens.
I think the Steelers are going to be like, how they were 11-0 last year and everyone was like, that's kind of a fraud record because we see what they are. From all accounts, fucking Big Ben is like actually healthy and looking good again this year. And his shoulder actually isn't like falling off like it was last year. Steelers might be really good. I'd probably not. But if they were 11-0 again this year, I don't think I'd be super shocked. Because it won't be like last year. Because that defense is going to be fucking real.
Yeah.
That defense is going to just shut people the fuck down.
All right.
What about you?
I've had Bills, Chiefs, and I just had replacing replacing the Packers. I had the Rams instead. I don't know why. I feel like the Rams could be extremely average, but I feel like they could also like having Matt Stafford could be like what they needed.
Very much so. Yeah. They just need to stay healthy. All right.
I feel like the Chiefs win it. I think the Chiefs win the Super Bowl this year.
Oh, the reason they were the one that I took out of it and not the Bills was just, yeah, they're ridiculously good. Patrick Mahomes is a video game player. They're all freaks. It's hard to make it back to a championship game 3 years in a row. It's really
but
hard.
I feel like Patrick Mahomes doesn't count.
It could be, but I mean, you never know what the rest of the team. I don't know about their defense. Their defense was good last year. I didn't think they were fucking great. It's just Mahomes can do so many things on offense, and players are 3 years older. It is what it is. It's really hard to keep getting back there every single year.
All right. Well, NFL football is back. Packers, who do they play first?
Saints in Jacksonville because of Hurricane Ida. They were supposed to be in New Orleans.
Do you think they start that with a win?
I'm thinking so, yes. I'm thinking Jameis is going to throw at least one pick. Until he proves that he can stop throwing interceptions, you just have to expect him to keep throwing interceptions.
All right. Yeah, the Packers probably win that one. I feel like the Saints have to figure out with. I think Jameis will be decent as a.
I think
as
the
their
Saints
starter.
are going to be good. Yeah.
I just think that he's gotta figure it out for a couple of weeks and not against the Packers. But yeah, okay. Let's speaking of NFL being a comeback kid, that means we have the return once again of the Pass the Gravy picks. And I guess right now brought to you by a new advertiser, our good friends. We've had them out at podcasts before at Southern Star, the guys and gals from F Your Liver, a Houston-made drinking game where you might have to draw quick draw your finger guns. You have to salute a general, recite the alphabet backwards, pull your arms back, and roar like a T-Rex. All those things you might have to do from this little deck of cards. So you can grab your friends, drink, shuffle the cards, place the deck down, and take turns flipping over the top card and see what it says. F Your Liver has 54 unique cards, each with its own exciting rule and features. Livy the Liver is a visual reference to help you quickly learn the game. So if you're like new for the first time, Livy the Liver is going to be awesome. He's going to teach you what to do. We actually have Livy the Liver in the studio, Pat, where you would sit normally, like right behind you. There was a drawing of Livy the Liver holding up a ladle of gravy. We have that. They gave us at our Christmas spooktacular, and I got that in the studio. So F Your Liver's been around with us for a while, but I'm just glad we're getting to finally speak for them. This is an awesome card game. It's not too complicated. Sometimes, you play those drinking card games where you try to play like King's Cup, and it's like, all right, what do I got to do here? Okay, well, at so-and-so's house, that means that ladies drink. We don't call ladies derogatory names in F Your Liver, at least on fours. So you can do this, and it tells you what to do. It's awesome. F Your Liver. Go to fyourliver.com or search F Your Liver. That's just the letter F, Your Liver card game on Amazon. Those are the best ways to get it. fyourliver.com or search F Your Liver card game on Amazon. And if you get it, dude, I promise you, you're gonna love it. It's an awesome game to play with your friends when you're drinking. And you have like a fight night, you have some people over, it's a couples thing or whatever. And then at the end of the night, they're like, what are we doing? Oh, let's play some F Your Liver. That's an even more fun way to wind down the night. And go give them a follow on Instagram. They are at F Your Liver, just the letter F Your Liver, all one word. F Your Liver, the card game, guys. We're happy to have them on board. A drinking game worth drinking to. fyourliver.com and give them a follow at fyourliver on Instagram. They are the official sponsor of the PTG Picks segment, our first of the year. Pat, are you stoked?
I am so jacked up to reclaim my crown.
So I don't remember what the final score was last year. If you will, Phil, let me find it. I
don't remember. I believe I finished. I don't know if I was under 500. I feel like I was very close to 500, maybe just a little bit under. We were battling all year, and then you pulled away at the end. It wasn't like the first year when I kicked your ass because I don't know. It was one of those years where you just couldn't get any breaks. You just had a lot of funny bounces for you that first year. But also, yeah, I think I picked very well the first year. Last year, it was just we were both very mediocre, and you were better at the end.
Last year, I was 31-31-2. You were 29-33-2. So I won last year and I was 500 on it. And then I bet I have the 2019 stats. If I scroll down, not that anybody really cares, but because I'm already doing it, I'm just going to. And no, I don't know. I don't think so.
Those are long gone. I don't know. Someone I'm sure can do the research and look back and find them. You got to look about 2 years ago today.
Oh, yeah. 37-28-1. You were, Pat, and I was 24-42. Yeah, I just sucked.
I was hot that first year.
Sometimes you get hot. Sometimes you don't. And we'll see how that goes starting this week. Now, if you don't know what PTG Pick segment is, we pick 3 games against the spread or over under only. We don't do props or anything like that. They have to be on the Sunday slate of games and or I guess the Thursday, Sunday, or Monday slate of games.
Yeah.
But, we try not to pick the same games. We don't look at each other's picks, so sometimes we do have similar picks. But Pat, since you lost, why don't you go first? Who are we taking on your side?
Week 1, I'm wearing the jersey right now. I gotta ride with my boys Green Bay -4 over New Orleans. I think they're going to be better anyway, but it's just one of those, you got to ride with your team week 1. I couldn't imagine not being a guy that would ride with my team week 1, so that's what I had to do. The second one, I'm taking the Chargers -1 over Washington. I know that Washington's supposed to have a really good defense, and they got Fitzmagic on there, but I don't know. I just see the Chargers being a better team than them. I might see Washington winning their division again, but I mean, the quarterback play is just going to be so much better for the Chargers. It is what it is.
Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
Big fan.
I mean, he might hit his sophomore slump. That happens to a lot of quarterbacks. I just think he's really good. It's funny that Alex didn't want him as a Giant a few years ago. He was very happy when he didn't come out, but we won't go there.
I did want him as a Giant.
No, I remember you being very against him, saying you weren't impressed by him, and then he ended up not coming out that year.
No, I wanted him to come out, and he did not come out.
I feel like you're misremembering this.
No, go back. I remember. It was my brain.
My last one, and this one we actually share. Baltimore -4.5 over the Vegas.
That's the Monday night game.
Vegas has improved the record every year under Gruden, but Baltimore's I think is good.
I've seen a lot of people saying like the Ravens aren't going to be that good this year. I feel like they said like Lamar Jackson could get figured out. I'm not saying that that's not 100%. Like that's not partially true. I think like everybody kind of gets figured out at a certain point. I just think that like they've got a running game with Gus Edwards still, even with J.K. Dobbins being out. I think that the Ravens are going to be good at running.
Le'Veon Bell. They just signed Le'Veon Bell as well.
Bell.
Who knows what he has left in the tank?
I feel like they're gonna figure it out though. I think that they'll get past that game easily. I think that they beat Vegas by at least like a touchdown. So I'll lay the 4.5 on that. But yeah, I agree with you.
I think so.
On Ravens over that.
Is that one? Is that in Vegas or is that in? I don't think it really matters. That's what I was assuming that it would be a Vegas game. Start out there, new stadium. At least for first year full fans. Anyway, is what I'm saying.
Then I'm gonna go. So I have Baltimore -4.5. Agreeing with you on one of my picks. Then I'm gonna go. Robert earlier said Texans go 0-17. I'm gonna maybe they do still go 0-17, but I think they cover at least this Sunday. I feel like the Texans win outright. The Texans are supposed to be the worst team in the league this year, but they are starting their season against the team that was the worst in the league last year. So I feel like it's almost like, no, you're still the worst team if we can beat you. And the Texans will have that, and it'll feel like they won the Super Bowl, and then they'll suck for the rest of the season. But I think that like they're going to be 1-0, give you a little bit of sunshine before all the rain comes down the rest of this season. I think that the Texans could eke out a win. I don't think that it'll be a particularly great game. I don't think it'll be low scoring because I don't think either of their defenses are great. So I feel like it'll be it could be a very high scoring game. But I think the Texans barely beat the Jaguars outright. So I'll take the 2.5 points. Texans +2.5. Then the Panthers over the Jets. Panthers laying 5.5 points. Sam Darnold revenge game. Pretty much what made me decide that. Sam Darnold starting for the Panthers now. The Jets are like, fuck you, dude. We got Zach Wilson. We're bringing him in. He's our guy. Zach Wilson's a rookie. Jets aren't a very good team. I don't care if they brought in Robert Saleh. I think he's a good coach. I don't know if he's going to be a good head coach long term, but you're on the Jets. Fuck you. Jets aren't going to win. Jets are going to lose by at least a touchdown. Sam Darnold gets the revenge for at least this one time. And Carolina Panthers -5.5 over the Jets. So to recap my picks, I have the Texans +2.5, Panthers -5.5, and Ravens -4.5. Pat has Packers -4, Chargers -1, and Ravens -4.5. Those, everybody, are the first PTG picks of the season, and that felt good. I was nervous looking at the lines. I was just like, oh man, what am I gonna pick?
Week 1 is a weird one because you really, even especially this year, I feel like there was just not as much out. from training camps. Also, I was just working way more than I normally do, so I couldn't follow it as much. It feels weird week one when I'm like, I really don't feel like I know shit about any of these teams.
Right.
Other than that, the Cowboys will be disappointing. I mean, that's every fucking year. I mean, not disappointing to me. They're exactly what I want them to be every year. Disappointing to their fans.
Just the way they are. I love them. So yeah, PTG Picks brought to you by our good friends now, our buddies, fyourliver.com. Moving on in the podcast. So we're gonna do PTG Picks most of the time ahead of What Would Jesus Do, I guess. Maybe we'll move that around. I don't know. But now let's move along to the What Would Jesus Do segment, where we tell you guys, I told Pat earlier, save religion for our religious segment. And it's sort of religious, I guess, because Jesus is in the name. But we used to get those bracelets that said WWJD, but nobody ever told you what he would do. It wasn't like a fortune cookie situation. So we decided you tell us a situation he would find himself in, and we'll tell you what Jesus would do in those scenarios. So really, we were going to buy some WWJD bracelets, but I just didn't feel like spending the money, if we're being honest. And then we were just going to put like, this is what he would do. He would solve the problem would be, and it would just be generic stuff. Oh, okay. Got it.
He would Jesus it.
He'd Jesus it up.
We're going to use Jesus as a verb now.
Exactly. And you know what it means. Don't worry about it. But send us your What Would Jesus Do scenarios. Throw him in a modern day time. We'll tell you what he would do if he found himself in some sort of predicament. Hashtag PTGWWJD. We are at Pass the Gravy Pod. I'm at Ajay Milton. Pat's at Not Pat Dion. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Hashtag PTGWWJD. Send us your What Would Jesus Do suggestions. All right. Let's that this week though is brought to you by Alamo Remedy CBD. It is the best CBD company in the world. Our good buddies at Alamo Remedy always take care of us. You know, my dad, he was watching my dog when I was at BuzzFest this weekend, and when I got back, he said he had pulled it. He had messed up his back, and I had in my my overnight kit, I had my Alamo Remedy cucumber melon lotion. I was like, hey, try some of this. So my mom's put some on his back. He said his back was feeling better the next day. That stuff works. My grandmother, when she was having trouble sleeping, I gave her some of the gummies. She said the gummies worked. They worked for my mom when she was getting anxiety flying. I love the tincture oil is awesome. You can put it under your tongue every day. And yeah, it's awesome. The cucumber melon lotion, though, do not eat it. It's like yogurt. It looks like yogurt. It smells like yogurt, but it's not good to eat. Don't. See, Pat, don't do that. AlamoRemedy.com. Use our promo code PTG at checkout. You're going to get 10% off your order. AlamoRemedy.com. They even have CBD lip balm as well. I really love the cucumber melon lotion. That stuff, it works every single time for me. And I feel like everybody that's used it has told me that they felt some sort of relief after using it. AlamoRemedy.com, Alamo Remedy CBD, and at Alamo Remedy on Twitter and Instagram. AlamoRemedy.com, the official CBD sponsor of Pass the Gravy and the What Would Jesus Do segment.
Jesus, what would Jesus do? Jesus, what would Jesus do? Put him in a situation in a matter of time. If you wrote this jingle, do you think he'd make it rhyme? So think about this crazy world in which we live today, and how would Jesus handle it in any given way?
All right, let's start with this week's question from Alex O at Alex McThunder1 on Twitter. He says, if Jesus was a news broadcaster.
No. What would Jesus do if he was a news broadcaster?
What would Jesus do if he was a news broadcaster? Obviously, he would be the anchor man, but who would be on his news team? Like Anchorman the movie. Also, which station would he be on? Do we have to pick people from like biblical people?
I think it can be a mixture. Like, I think Paul is definitely going to be on there. Like,
what's Paul's job? Is he like the?
Well, he was also the first pope, so he was his closest of the boys. I'm gonna say he would be.
I think Moses probably does
weather. Moses is weather.
Yeah, Moses is the weather guy.
Peter. Sorry, Peter. I think Peter was the first pope. I said Paul, and I was like, that's not right.
Well, you already hired Paul, so we got to put him in some role.
Paul will be the man on the street. I think Peter does sports.
I think Jesus rolls the desk like it's Jesus and Mary Magdalene, like on the 1 and 2 spot at the desk. Then I can see Paul being sports. That makes sense. But Moses is definitely weather.
Yeah. And what station are they going to be on? I don't know. The religious channel. I think Jesus has his own channel like Oprah. It's just called J.
Yeah. The J Network.
And they do Big J journalism. So there you go.
Right. Yeah, I think he would just be on like because it'd be KWJD would be probably what he was on. That would be the station.
Well, no, it can still be WWJD because it can start with a K or a W, right?
If it's here, no. If it's other places, yeah.
Okay, so you guys are in radio. Tell me, what's the deal with the K's and the W's?
If you're right of the Mississippi, you can be W. And
left of it is K. That's what it is.
K. Yeah. That's why there's more K's than W's. And there's random ones like WOAI is in San Antonio. That there's exceptions to it, but like they've been grandfathered in somehow.
So this is like how in Smokey and the Bandit, you used to not be able to get Coors beer left of the Mississippi. And now you can't have a W call sign left of the Mississippi.
Right.
So basically we'd still be WWJD and just be outlaws like Smokey.
You'd just be in New York and be WWJD.
Or sorry, the Bandit. No, we'd be here
Bandit
in
Radio.
WWJD, Bandit Radio.
So okay,
Eastbound
to recap,
Jesus is a coming.
To recap, we would have Jesus obviously as the anchor, Mary
Mary
Magdalene
Magdalene.
as his number 2, Moses
Co-anchor,
on the weather.
Co-anchor, equality.
True. But like, are you like, does that apply to Jesus?
Yes. You think Jesus isn't about co-equal rights for women?
Even if it was, I think he's definitely about that. But like, you're in the room with Jesus and you're like, yeah, okay, we're sharing the duties in this one. All right. Yeah, there's no true number. Like, I'm in the room with Jesus. Obviously, Jesus is number 1.
Oh, everyone knows who's number 1, but Jesus would be more than happy to share the responsibilities.
Right. He's not going to say anything, but like, everybody knows.
Yeah,
like
of
when
course.
Jim got made boss also with Michael, and it was like, yes, Jim is the boss. And people were like, yeah, okay, Jim.
True. I mean, that's how it's going to go.
Exactly. And then Paul
so
would be
Paul is sports and Peter. No, I thought I said Paul was man on the street and Peter was sports. Actually, no, Peter has to be man on the street because, like I said, he was the first pope, so he's a man of the people. So he's man on the street. He's like Brian Fantano.
Right.
And Paul is Champ Kind.
Perfect.
And Moses is Brick Tamlin.
I think we got it.
Nailed it.
That was a great question. Alex O at Alex McThunder, Alex McThunder 1 on Twitter. All right, let's get to the not cool segment. You know what something that would be really not cool is not having a Southern Star beverage. Like when I can't find my pills, when I can't find the bombshell pills. Pat, tell everybody about Southern Star.
Okay, that sounded weird when you said you couldn't find your pills. That's
pills.
There you go, bombshell pills. You got to say it right, guys. I don't know if you know about or if you're like me, but you should have tried every single one of their beers by now. And sometimes, like today, I for this episode, I bought myself some delicious lemon pie at the store, and I also got some Oktoberfest. And the first couple, if you're watching the video version, you saw me started with the lemon pie. I went to an Oktoberfest. Lemon pie, Oktoberfest. It fucking hit me. In the past, we've had mixtures. Like I think up at the brewery one time, Alex was having them mix the strawberry bombshell blonde and the Southern brunch. I want to say it was. Maybe it's 2 other ones. But as I was drinking these 2, I threw them together. And my God, you guys need to go out and get yourself some lemon pie, get some Oktoberfest. Because that is absolutely delightful, just like every other beer you're going to get at Southern Star. Maybe you don't like sours. Lemon pie isn't for you. I can't imagine why, though, because this is one of the smoothest beers I've ever fucking had. We've got the original Bombshell Blonde. We sell them like hotcakes over at the restaurant. If you haven't had it for some reason yet, it's the original. It's the GOAT. Go fucking get it. If you like a little bit fruitier beers, like I just said, we've got the Strawberry Bombshell Blonde. We've got the Southern Brunch. All of it. IPAs, straightforward conspiracy theory, juicy IPA, which would probably be, it might be my second favorite beer. I love that juicy IPA, guys. They're all on a whole other level. But what I want you guys to do this week is go out, buy a couple different kinds, maybe buy 3 or 4, find some mixtures. Because now that I've made this my lemon tober, I'm going to call it the Lemon Toberfest. That's what it is, Robert. Do you approve?
I approve.
Lemon Toberfest. That's what we're making, guys. I need more now. I need more. I don't know why I haven't been doing this the whole time, but I'm a little mad at myself, but also pretty excited because now we're going to have some new beers to make. Coming up this Saturday, guys, September 11th, Games for America. It's for a good cause. Get out, have a good time at Southern Star, help contribute a little bit of money to, what was the name of the organization? Casualties of War Houston. It's a good cause. 20th anniversary of September 11th. So go out, celebrate the freedom this country has to mix 2 great American beers.
It's the best kind of freedom there is.
What was it? What was it that you were mixing that time? Was it the strawberry and the Southern Brunch up at Southern Star that day?
I did the lemon pie and Darling Like a Marlin.
No, I'm talking way back.
Yeah, it was Southern Brunch. It was strawberry brunch. That's what he called it.
Strawberry brunch. Yeah, it was. I'm telling you, Alex, lemon pie, the Lemon Toberfest here that I'm drinking, bro. I just created something special. It's fucking amazing. I tried to do it like a black and tan where the layers were separate. Didn't work. You're supposed to pour it over a spoon. I didn't have time for that.
Pour over a spoon? What the fuck? Who has the time?
It helps keep it separate. Anyway, guys, go get it. Also, coming up Saturday, September 18th. I knew there's one. Chili cook-off and car show.
Let's go to that.
Get your asses up there for that. There's a whole bunch of other things coming. There's always something going on. Southern Star.
Follow on Facebook. Go like their Facebook page at Southern Star BC, at Southern Star Brewing Co. on Twitter and Instagram. Not
3525 North Fraser Street, guys.
Yep. Not Cool is also brought to you by littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com. A little bit of everything is what they've got. And if you order $10 or more, you're going to get free shipping on all of those orders. We have awesome new, super comfortable tees. They just have a little embroidered sayings that say things like, don't talk to me, always late, just okay, main character, millennial, pretty smart, tired, and weird. You can go check them out, and they are a super duper soft fabric. They have keychains, little makeup mirrors for you ladies or dudes, whatever you're into. They have cool looking keychains. They have awesome stickers. They have the best air fresheners of all time. Go to littlemshop.com, littlemshop.com. The best air fresheners, the best everything on the planet, littlemshop.com. If you're getting anything from there, tag them, let them know you heard about them from the Gravy Gang at Little EM Shop on Instagram and Little M Tweets on Twitter, at Little M Shop on Instagram and at Little EM Tweets on Twitter. All right, let's get to the not cool segment.
Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. Not cool, man. Dude, that's not cool.
Not cool. Not cool.
Dude, that's not cool. That's not cool. That's not cool.
Who wants to go first with their not cool this week?
I'll go. So the other night, I don't know. I just got really into boxing movies the last couple nights, and I watched Ali, and that was fucking Ali. I keep saying Ali. That's not it. It's Ali. The Muhammad Ali one starting. Will Ferrell.
Will
Ferrell. No, you guys know what I'm saying.
Did you watch Blades of Glory and think you watched Ali?
No, I watched that and I was like, you know what would be awesome next? Raging Bull. Haven't seen that in a long time. Scorsese movie, fucking phenomenal. And I looked it up and it said it's on. You know how there's like 900 streaming services now, and like half of them are free. You've just never fucking heard of them. And it said it was for free on Pluto TV, which I've seen before, but I've never used it. So I pull it up. The movie starts playing. And he goes in this monologue, and I was like, is opening this fucking movie in Italian? I don't know. And he gets through that, and then the second scene starts, and they're just speaking, and I was like, no, that's Spanish. This movie's in Spanish. Fuck. Why it's in Spanish? Don't know, because Pluto TV is not a Spanish streaming service.
No.
It's just, for whatever reason, they're like, we're going to carry Raging Bull, but only the Spanish dub.
We got the rights to the Spanish version, but we're still going to tell you we have Raging Bull because we do, technically.
I was so deflated. I was so excited to watch Raging Bull. Nope. Couldn't do it. Very pissed off about that one. My next not cool was, so yesterday morning, I'm sleeping, bang on the front door. And what the fuck? My sister goes and gets it. I guess during, what was it, 2 nights ago when it stormed really bad that night? Some kid came up with the spray paint and just tagged our garage.
What are you drawing it?
No, literally the word solo right on the garage door.
Well, jokes on you. You're big Han Solo fans.
And the neighbor was like, yeah, we contacted the cops for you to do it. And my sister, it was actually more of it actually didn't affect me at all. This is more of a not cool for my sister, because then she had to contact our management company and get them to come out and fix it. And they're like, yeah, you need to contact the cops just for insurance and blah, blah, blah. I mean, it was pretty fucking simple. I didn't have to do anything but Did
you find the kid?
No, who gives it? And apparently he hit one other garage. I'm assuming it's a kid. I was like, it was a dickhead
What
kid.
if it's Han Solo?
So a dickhead kid with some spray paint, and he
or
fucking
Hope
Solo. More likely Hope Solo, just getting drunk, walking around, spraying our name on people's garages. But I don't know. I was like, dude, I could go get some paint and paint over it. It's a kid. It's not that big of a fucking deal.
What if you had caught him in the act? What would you have done? Would you have beat his ass? It's your property, right?
I mean, I'm not going to hit a kid, but I would probably just yell at him to stop and then just deal with what was already on there.
Spray paint him is what you should do.
Or I would have got my hands on him and held him down in my front yard until the cops came here and be like, got him.
Then you tag him is what you would do. You just tag whatever he's wearing. Fuck you, bitch.
Why is he covered in spray paint? Oh, he kept trying to spray me, but I was deflecting it back at him.
Yeah.
I'm an airbender.
Show him.
Yeah. I don't know. I would probably I'd like to say I would grab the kid and hold him down until the cops got. That seems like a lot of effort. I'd probably just yell at him and get him to run away.
There you go.
Yeah. So I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it's just fucking annoying.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not cool. It's just a chore. It gives you a chore, and anything that adds a chore to something is the worst.
Like I said, it's more for my sister because I didn't have to do a single fucking thing. They also, then our management company said they'd come out and paint over it Tuesday, and they didn't. But they did it today, so
you should be like, well, every day you don't, I'm going to start painting a mural.
Yeah,
I'm really bad at painting.
Yeah. Also, I do have a mini not cool though. Now that I've switched up from Wednesday being my day off, which is when I would do a lot of yard work. Now my mornings off are Saturday, Sunday. So I got to find time to do all my yard work before football starts. That's gonna be rough. So I think I'm gonna try and do some of it tomorrow night. Not night, but when I get home from work and before football starts, I got to knock out at least the front yard.
Yeah, not the worst idea.
Yeah.
As long as you figure out a strategy that works for you, buddy.
Yeah, but now that means I got to wake up even earlier on football Sunday to do yard work and then get my picks in. What am I, Superman?
Right? Yeah, it was prison.
Yeah, so that's all I got.
Robert, what about you?
I had trouble getting it started on Monday. I had family over and I was going to grill, and I couldn't get the fire started. I was using a charcoal grill because I think the charcoal, when it was storming, it got wet. And so I was trying for an hour just to get it started. And I had family already here, and I'm like, I got to get it started. They're just waiting. They're all hungry. Luckily, we had some other food to keep them occupied, but it wasn't the main thing. It wasn't the barbecue.
And you're a guy, so you're like, oh god, this is not
This is a bad
manly at
look.
all
this
to be
is so
like,
embarrassing.
hey, working on this fire.
So I had to run to the store, run to HEB and get some other different charcoal. I got like the instant start one, and so
Like
Yeah,
with the
as-
bag.
as soon as I put it in there, start it up, I'm like good to go.
Before you went to the store, did you walk back inside and be like, guys, we didn't start the fire?
That does suck
Oh,
though. That does suck. And it's like, especially like when you're grilling, I feel the same way. Like, call me a pussy or whatever. If you have a
you're a pussy.
propane tank, a propane grill, it's way faster. But like if like you run out of propane as you're cooking, like, oh no. And you're like, okay, I guess we're just gonna finish these steaks on the pan. And all right, we're gonna call an audible real quick. Like that's the worst. But like not being able to get like when you have the charcoal, not being able to get it started, is just like, oh damn it. Okay.
Yeah, I was like tearing pieces off the bag, trying to light that to hopefully start the
Does anybody have
charcoal.
a phone book I can borrow? I just want to start it this way.
It was just burning the paper, not the charcoal.
Rough. Also, pro tip: always just buy the quick start.
Just get the lighter
Charcoal.
fluid too. Lighter fluid also.
I had both of those things. I had
Lighter fluid. Yeah, if lighter fluid doesn't work, that was definitely wet charcoal.
yeah.
Charcoal, as they say.
Hey, you live and you learn. Store your charcoal where it can't get wet.
But you didn't let that grill beat you, and I appreciate that about you. Where you were like, you know what? I'm still gonna go, and I'm gonna try again.
I was persistent. Yeah, I wasn't gonna let it beat me.
Exactly.
First time having family over, I couldn't let it beat me.
That'd be embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
So well done, Bobby Jokes.
Good for you.
Proud of you, buddy. Okay, my not cool is a pretty dumb one, but we had BuzzFest for the Buzz again this weekend. I don't know if you've noticed that. We've talked about it a couple of times on the podcast, but there was a post at one point over the weekend talking about how masks were not required, which then this is just a kind of thing. Anytime there's any sort of gathering of any sorts, whether it be a sporting event or a party or some sort of festival or just a concert or anything, there's always the fuckface online that's like, well, COVID's gonna love this. COVID liked this. Oh, COVID's gonna and like that was just the buzz was hit with a bunch of those. And so I trolled a couple people, but like I was trolling a couple people, and then people then I got called a sexist because I called out just the girl. And I was like, well, actually, no, I just hit like the 4 random dumbasses that said the dumbest thing I thought, but okay. But just like chill the fuck out, guys. Like we don't need you to be the mask police. I and Robert as well had to get tested to get into BuzzFest. We were not allowed to be at BuzzFest if we did not get a negative COVID test because we were working. Now, people, the person that I argued with was like, well, people are just unvaccinated. I was like, excuse me for just assuming that everybody I encounter is vaccinated.
Right. And also, like, I feel like we're finally just at this point, guys. Like, you just got to accept it.
I'm vaccinated. If I want to encounter other people and I am vaccinated, Robert wore his mask, and that's fine. You're allowed to wear masks. Nobody was like, fuck you, Robert. Like, nobody did that. It was, you're allowed to do it. If you were backstage, you had to wear a mask, and we followed those rules. Like, I mean, just at this point, it's the people that are like, okay, y'all all gonna die. And I like to just be like, you're rooting for COVID. Just FYI,
Yeah.
You are rooting for the virus in this case. So maybe chill the fuck out.
Maybe I'm just like,
Or are you team
pessimistic and
cancer
everything,
too?
but
Do
like,
you like world hunger as well?
I don't know. I just kind of assume it's never going away now. Like, it's going to be there, but at some point you got to get back to life. I don't know. Maybe that's just a bad way to look at it, but it's just where I'm at. Like,
I feel like an 80-year-old every time like I hear that discussion, and it's not you. I'm not making fun of you, but it's just like I'm fucking sick of hearing that discussion. Like, just chill the fuck out, people. Like, you don't have to go. Nobody was forced to go to BuzzFest. If you wanted to go to BuzzFest, you're allowed to go to BuzzFest. But to just be like hey, Dirk, I'm just gonna shit on everything because I don't know. I have a big old dump in my pants and I can't have fun, and nobody else should be allowed to have fun either. Like, chill out, dude.
Nobody invites me to go anywhere, so I get mad when other people. The worst is like the people online that did it, and then there's always the receipts of this you. Like, oh, look at Wisconsin. This is a super spreader event. All right, Rex Chapman, we've got literal pictures of you at the Suns games like a month and a half ago.
Yeah.
Like, don't be that's the worst person, is the person that calls people out. Like, dude, we have
But you were allowed to wear
documentation
masks. You were allowed to
of
wear
you
masks. It
doing
wasn't
it.
like masks not allowed. If you wanted to wear masks, you could wear masks. There were people that were wearing masks. There weren't a ton of people who were wearing masks, but it was also hot as balls, and it was outside. And it just, I don't know. I'm just sick of like
This is the world we live in now.
I'm sick of the fight. If you're at a doctor's office and you're not wearing a mask and you're coughing on people, then yes, you're fucking an asshole.
Yeah.
But like if you're at a music festival that is not required to, like, then we don't need to police people. And one of the people that I was fucking around with, they were like, "Oh, well, you're policing people's comments. Why are you policing people's comments?" And I was like, "You're policing people's actions. So I'm policing your commenting at people's actions, which is just me policing. Like, don't get mad at me for policing you for policing people. Maybe chill the fuck out."
I mean, it's the world we live in. We're back open, guys. If you're the person that's online going, "Well, this is dumb," well, too fucking bad. It's the world we live in.
I'm not trying to I'm not trying to be fucking anti-vax guy or anything like that.
No,
like, I'm not pushing anything, but just
I'm very publicly pro-vax.
Just try not to be a cunt to everybody. You know, maybe try that.
Yeah.
That's just
don't be such a fucking twat.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually I think we're done. I did remember I did have one more not cool. Was Monday. I was going over to my buddies and I went to hit the liquor store on the way there. And Costco was completely closed, so I couldn't do it. That sucked.
Oh, because Labor Day.
And yeah, and so then I just went to Kroger instead, and I got beer. And this was a weird byproduct of COVID that I wasn't ready for. Is someone was in line in front of me, and so I stood a little bit like they're at the front of the conveyor belt. I went at the back of the conveyor belt. I get my couple things on there. I'm just standing there, and then a couple walked up and literally just stood like right fucking behind me. Like 2 inches behind me. And I was like, I didn't say anything, but the whole time in my head, I'm like, guys, we don't do that anymore. Get away from me.
It is weird because sometimes you don't want to say anything. You're not following those guidelines, and it's like I don't think these are the rules anymore. But like we did a whole year plus of this, so like I'm thrown off a little bit.
I was just like, there's plenty of room to not stand so close. So it was more so like, oh, I got really used to having people not stand really close to me. And I loved that. and I was just like, even before the pandemic, like if they'd just been standing that close for no fucking reason behind me before any of this hit, I probably would have just been like, why the fuck are these assholes so close? I wouldn't say anything because I don't care. Right. I would rather not talk to anybody if I don't have to. But it just felt super weird to be like, these people are really close.
And the grocery store is kind of weird too with the conveyor belt thing, because sometimes it's like, oh, I might be able to get like a couple of things on here if it depends.
Which is what they did. They had a piece of gum or like a package of gum and one other thing. And like the second the thing moved enough, like I'm talking like 3 inches forward, they put their shit down. I'm like, really? You couldn't hold on to that? The gum was too heavy for you?
True.
But I'll just
be able to hold on to the gum.
It just made me think of Seinfeld and the close talker. Like, dude, come on.
No, I get that. That's a solid not cool.
Yeah. That's what I got.
So send us your not cools, hashtag PTG not cool at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter. Let's move along to our final segment of the week, the answers segment, where you send us any questions you have at all at Pass Gravy Pod. Hashtag PTG answers is what you use to submit your question. If it's a high thought, something you thought of while drunk, just any random question you have. You want some relationship advice? Your boys gotcha. At Pass Gravy Pod, I'm at Alex J. Middleton. At what? Emma just gave me a look. Yeah, we're the best at relationship advice. Robert and I have been in very long-term relationships that have obviously been successful, so we're probably pretty good at giving advice for it.
And I like to talk about things I know nothing about.
And Pat likes to talk about things he doesn't know about. So, all right. Well, Emma can.
Hey, shut up, Emma! Don't laugh at me.
Send us your relationship questions. We'll get you, and Emma can be laughing at that. At Pass Gray Pod, I'm at Alex J. Middleton. Pat is at not Pat Dan. Robert is at Robert Barbosa 03. Hashtag PTG answers. You can also email them to us, although we do look at Twitter first. Answers at When you are looking for some answers, maybe you're having some problems, fellas talking to you, maybe you're having some problems. You can go to our new sponsor, the Y Factor. Go check them out. I want to talk to you guys about the Y Factor. They focus on urology, male fertility issues, which is how they got the name. I was talking to Robert about it, and Robert's like, Y Factor, you know why they get the name? And I was like, no. And I was like, get it, guys? Y chromosome, duh. And I felt like an idiot. But now you can drop that at the Y Cooler or at the Y Factor Y Cooler. See about that? There we go. Maybe drop that fact. And everybody, oh wow, this guy gets it.
Too bad we don't live in a world where you can just talk to your buddy and get a boner.
That's it. Yeah, a little throwback to earlier.
Throwback, yeah. That took you a second. You didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah. Y chromosomes is what makes men, and the Y Factor specializes in men's health. So they can help you with low T. You got pain below the belt, male fertility issues. There's no scalpel vasectomies that they offer as well for you guys. They have, they're if you're ready to stop having kids and you don't want to make your gal go through, they continue to do the birth control thing. Maybe you want to get the vasectomy. They got that option for you there. They also do a urological wellness exam. So, you can see if maybe there's something that you didn't even know you had a problem with. The exam is about prevention, and you got to know what you got to know if you have a problem to be able to combat that problem. Y Factor test for anything that could be a major problem down the line. It's not an exam with your family doctor. It's with trained specialists who know men's health and what to look for with the right test. The Y Factor now has 5 locations in the Houston area: Memorial, Tomball, Webster, Richmond, and now in the Woodlands. All locations have free parking, minimal wait times, and they accept most major insurances, so you have no excuses. Book your appointment online at theyfactor.com. That's the letter Y Factor.com, and you can learn about all of their services there as well. Somebody from the office is going to call and confirm your appointment, and you'll be set. Please tell them you heard about them right here on Pass the Gravy podcast. Women have OB-GYNs and men have the Y Factor. All right, guys, finally, something for men. The Y Factor, guys. They're the top urology men's fertility practice in the greater Houston area. You can't be in better hands if you're going to the Y Factor. So Y Factor, guys, theyfactor.com. Let them know you heard about them from Pass the Gravy podcast. Very excited to have them on board with the pod and be the sponsor of this week's Answers segment.
Well, if you just answered the question, why just answer the question? Be honest, no big deal. Yeah, answer the question. Don't change the subject, just answer the fucking question.
Any questions?
All right, let's start with our podcast son, Skylar Lester.
Oh my God, it's Skylar!
At OMG at Skylar on Twitter. He says, why haven't toothpaste manufacturers laced their product with nicotine yet?
Because I'm pretty sure that would be fucking illegal.
But it would be like, it gets you to come back. Like that, like if you think about it, you're gonna want to brush your teeth. So it would
you'll have healthy yellow
clean teeth. Exactly. The yellowest, cleanest teeth ever.
Yeah. Nah, dude. That's just this ain't it, Chief.
I want to say I pitched an idea to you guys that Robert shot down immediately. It was toothpaste with caffeine in it. So it's like you get your coffee when you brush your teeth.
I'm down for that.
This is just like a hardcore version of that.
Or toothpaste with cocaine in it to really get you going.
That would really be a hardcore version of that. But I think the nicotine, probably not great for kids. Don't know if the FDA is going to be cool with that. Maybe we start with caffeine toothpaste.
See how that goes. Then maybe we bump it up to nicotine. And then after that, maybe we do cocaine.
Move it along.
See how it goes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a great question, though. Josh Treecoddle at Joshua Tree 713 on Twitter says, does the Alphabet I can't
excuse me?
No, I'm mad at Applebee's. I'm so angry at Applebee's. Alphabet gets in my
They're definitely not the
Remember,
alpha bees.
They're not.
They're
They're
beta
not.
bees.
Maybe we start. Yeah, the beta bees. You're right. Okay. Excuse me. I'll start over again. Does the alphabet really need to be in that order?
Yes, because I've already learned it and I'm not fucking relearning it.
I was going to say, no, it doesn't, but we already wrote the song for it. If there was not already a song written for the alphabet the way that it is, I think we could change it up.
I mean, I'm on board with that, but just the
And
order
if
is
you
the
could,
order.
would you change it up like to the keyboard? Because I would.
Oh,
Like QWERTYUIOPAS.
that would be the other order, but it's not. You know what we have
the
now.
song.
What we have now is the standard, and as Mike Tomlin taught us, the standard is the standard.
Standard is the standard. The alphabet needs to be in that order, I think, solely based on the song. And you can write a remix version of the song. It's just not going to be the same. Whoever wrote that was a genius. Them and whoever wrote Happy Birthday, probably the two greatest written songs of all time.
Wow.
Besides the national anthem. Which is obviously a given number one.
Wow.
I'm talking educational songs.
I was shocked you're not putting Old Town Road up there. Just
I'm
knowing
talking
you.
Educational songs. Educational songs.
You're saying Lil Nas X isn't educational?
He's very educational, but I mean, he doesn't teach the alphabet. You have to know the alphabet to know what he's saying.
I agree with you. I'm just shocked that you didn't put that up there.
Right. Well, sometimes I'm shocking.
It's true. You know, you just when I think I have you pinned down and figured out, you fucking zig when I thought you were gonna zag.
Keep you on your toes.
Yeah, I am on my toes. I'm tipped up.
All right. So yes, the alphabet does have to be in that order.
Yes, most definitely.
Do you think that they put it in that order? Like they started A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or like did they just like these are the letters, and somebody was in charge of like putting them in the order?
That's so far above my pay grade. I couldn't even begin to. I don't know. I'm too dumb for that, man. I like the first thing that popped in my head was no, dude, it's Greek, alpha, beta, and I was like, shit, gamma comes after that. That doesn't make that already.
Yeah,
That's
G.
3 letters in, and the first thing my brain told me was wrong. 3 letters in.
Alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota,
Oh,
lambda,
look
mu,
who's
xi,
showing off his
omicron,
shit.
pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi,
Why do you
chi,
know
psi,
this?
omega.
What?
I
Why do you know
memorized
that?
it. I just know. I know.
You weren't in a frat. Why would you know that?
I wasn't. I quit the last week. I was like, fuck this shit.
Oh, so they made you learn it. Yeah, no, I just knew gamma. I don't know why I knew gamma was the third one. I just did. And then that's as far as I've ever gotten. I've heard omega is a thing too. The alpha and the omega. I don't know what it means, but
Alpha is beginning, omega is end.
so basically you could say Italian or pervert is the end of this podcast. It's the omega of this podcast.
Nope, don't do that. Cut all that out, Robert, so it doesn't inspire.
The best thing is Robert could cut like 90% of what I say and I wouldn't fucking know.
Wow.
I live it. I can't listen to myself that much.
Wow.
If
Well, I
I
have to
listened
edit a
to
lot of
everything
this
I
too,
said
so.
on here, I would have quit a long time ago. Like what?
I hate having to go back and edit stuff. Like I edit clips of it, and it's the worst.
I would quit because I couldn't be around you, knowing that your judgment allows me to still be around. I couldn't trust your judgment on my judgment.
Okay, let's move on.
I do listen sometimes, just not every time.
Well, apparently not. So the alphabet does need to be in that order because we already wrote the song, Josh. Brandon Whitehead weighs in with our next question. He's at Brando Whitehead on Twitter, and he says, if a person with fake boobs dies and is buried, are the implants still there when the body decomposes? Is it just a skeleton with silicone bags? Is it just a skeleton with silicone bags in a casket?
I would assume they've got to decompose, but how long does it take to decompose? The materials for medical implants are chosen because they are inert and non-biodegradable. They will not decompose when the biological parts of the body do. Future archaeologists who evacuate our graveyards will find many bodies that still have pacemakers, artificial hips, titanium plates, and yes, breast implants. That's fucking hilarious. We're
So
gonna
you would
find
just be a skeleton with the breast implants.
or fake asses. There's gonna be a lot of fake like I can't wait to see like oh god, as I was saying it sounds bad. Fuck it, I'm going forward with it. I can't wait to see when Kim Kardashian dies and like 4 years later somebody digs up her body and was like fake ass.
I have no comment on that.
All these people are like, no, I never got a butt implant. Well, your body's gonna be dug up. If this
Why do you
ever
think
becomes-
all bodies are just gonna be dug up?
Well, just of celebrities that denied having fake asses.
I think there's also gonna be a lot of people that just want to get their like cremated.
I mean, I would much rather be cremated myself. I feel like a grave cost way more than cremation. I straight up like
It
it's gonna
seems
be
like
in my
it would.
will
It's
one
like
day.
real estate.
My thing is gonna be cremate me,
Do you
or
pay
if you
rent
find
on
something
land, on, like,
cheaper.
plots?
No, but you have to buy the plot, and I don't know how much they cost. My big
Okay.
thing is gonna be whatever's cheapest. If it's cremating me or literally dumping my body in the ocean, don't give a
On
fuck.
a Viking funeral.
Do the cheap. Oh, that'd be dope. But here's my thinking. I feel like that's gonna get expensive. Cheapest thing possible.
Fire, arrow, boat, done.
Throw
Give me
a
a
wake
shitty boat.
for me. I don't want an expensive funeral. I don't want an expensive casket. I want a cheap funeral, and I want all that money to go towards booze, and I want a wake. I want everyone to just get fucking loaded celebrating my life.
Throw me a wake and then send me out on a wakeboard, bro.
Ooh,
Send my
Cover-
body out to the lake on a board. And it's just like, that's a body on a lake, right? That's not going to just go into the ocean like you nope, it's the same thing.
Viking funeral, but I'm in the middle of a party boat, and you cover me in weed and set me on fire, and then everyone just gets stoned. Might also sink the boat though, so I don't think that's going to work.
They would definitely sink the boat.
And also, everyone would breathe me in, so then I would kind of.
Right.
But I think,
so
but I
that'd be
think,
weird.
but I would possess a bunch of people, so I'd stay alive. Except, no, I don't want to be alive
You'd be
that
like
long.
Voldemort.
God, having to live past as long as I'm going to live sounds fucking awful. Yeah, never mind. Just
Like
dump my body
Voldemort
in the
in
ocean.
Harry Potter, when Voldemort was like, "Oh, I'm this other person," I was like, "Why though, dog?
Ooh, feed my dead body to
Chill
dogs.
out."
If I could,
No.
if I could possess dogs and come back as a dog, that'd be awesome.
You'd be the worst dog.
Oh, I'd be a great dog. All I want to do is sleep all day and then just like hang out.
Yeah, but you'd bite a lot of people. You'd be like
No, but
Major Biden.
No,
Major
'cause pe-
Biden.
no, because people would scratch me on the head, and I'd be chill with that.
Write that headline. Somebody make that headline. Major Biden.
I'm sure that hasn't been done yet.
Shayna Malway Tweeb probably used that already.
Major Biden scandal at the White House.
Yeah, man. So there's definitely skeletons with just breast implants on top of them out there somewhere.
Fuck did we get there?
But how long does it take for like the wood to decompose to then get to you to decompose to like,
Or you could just dig down and open
It's
up
a
the casket.
while. Yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you want? You want grave? You want cremation? Oh, you
Viking
said Viking
funeral.
funeral. You said that already. Yeah. What about you, Robert?
Cremation.
Yeah, that seems pretty metal to me. Dude, just set my body on
Do
fire.
you want to have like ashes spread, or do you want to
See,
be like in like a jar,
That's something I've always said. I want them
like
to
an
spread.
urn?
Like, drop a little bit of my ashes at Notre Dame Stadium. Drop some at Fenway. Drop some at Minute Maid. Like, drop a little bit of me in the sports that I love.
So everybody will know you're a fair weather fan.
What?
You're a fan of two teams in the same league.
it's just it's like having dual citizenship. I can't help that I was raised here, but my dad also
Well.
raised me a Red Sox fan. By the way, not really that fair weather. I've been a fan of the Astros even during the years when they sucked fucking ass. That wasn't a lot of fun.
Yeah, because you had the Red Sox to back up, like to be like, oh, okay, well
that was purely
team.
coincidence.
It's nice to have a backup team.
It's purely coincidence.
You go all in on one team and that's it, pal.
No,
I always kind of felt like the urn is like, yo, I want people to keep the urn, and it's like so you can just watch over me, like.
No, I would rather have like a portrait of me when I'm old and creepy, like staring down disapprovingly.
Like with pets, I have like no problem
with
of that. Like, but like with like a person, it's like, would that be weird?
I feel no, that's super weird to keep urns of your pet's ashes. Like I love dogs more than I'm willing to say it more than anybody on this that listens to this podcast. Get a paw print of your dog. Don't keep the ashes. I always think it's weird for people.
I have both.
Don't keep the ashes of the people like on your mantle. Like you can keep them, but like keep it in the fucking garage. Don't be weird about it.
Keep it in the garage?
Yeah.
They banish them to the garage, put them in a closet.
Or in a closet, yeah. So okay, here's the thing.
Robert, do you want to be you ashes spread?
Yeah. I don't know
On
where
a
exactly,
sandwich.
but yeah, I was gonna say that too. But I don't know exactly where, but yeah, I think so.
Here's why,
Mayo
Alex.
and ashes.
Because say you've got grandparents that are both dead, they both get cremated, you keep them on the mantle. Then your parents die.
I do.
Okay,
Thanks for
so I mean, I've all but one of
Wow.
my grandparents are dead too. I understand it. Then both your parents die. Bam, that's 2 more urns. Then you die and your wife dies. Your your grandkids now have 6 urns. Eventually your mantle is just going to be urns of dead relatives. You're going to run out of space.
And then I don't want to be the one to ask it, but somebody has to. At what point is it not acceptable to like mix them together? Like we're all family.
You go from
Put
an
it in
urn
one
to
super
just
urn.
a pot. It's just a pot in the living room with all of your dead relatives.
No,
ashes.
it's just like a big urn, but it's just
Well,
everybody.
a big urn is a
so
pot.
you go into the urn with everybody else.
A big urn is just a pot.
Do you know how much trust? Okay, as
what
somebody
about
that
this?
wants to be like cremated, like, do you know how much trust you have to put into like a cremation place? That they're not just giving you a bag of like sand.
It's true.
Like
What
you
about
have to put so much trust. 'Cause
What
they
about
very
this
well
idea?
Could be.
A clear or glass, probably clear, not just glass. Glass can break, and it's just like 8 feet fucking tall, and it's a tube. So one member of your family dies, they go in there. Next one dies, they go in there, and you have like you can see the levels of like, that's where grandpa ends and grandma begins. If the ashes are like slightly different color.
Remember when you went to like school carnivals and you would fill up that bottle with sand?
Yep,
But you
that's
took,
what I'm
like,
talking
blue
about.
Sand.
Look,
Yeah, just do that.
like God, grandpa's ashes are really discolored. He drank a lot.
Ooh, Alex's are blue.
Like what if your ashes were like different colors depending on how healthy you were?
That would be whatever the worst color was.
Yeah, mine would just be like puke green. Be like, ugh. He was really unhealthy for all 33 years.
Just community urns should be a thing.
I'm actually fully on board with that. We're gonna get there because people that keep their families' urns like on the mantle, that's a generational thing. I feel like, and pretty soon they're gonna be running out of space.
And hear me out. This is gonna be like it's not. I don't think it'll be a TikTok thing, but it'll be like when TikTok discovers something that's been discovered already for like years, and then acts like they're like, bro, I just found out that if you freeze water in a cube form, you can put it in your drink and keep it cold. That's crazy. You're like, yeah, dude, we've had ice cubes forever. Chill out. Like
One of them took out the
if
Titanic.
Somebody's idea is gonna be you have like familial urns at some point, and their ideal will be that you just like you just buy land to put your family urn in, and then like everybody buys land at that same area to put their familial urns in, and then it's just like, congratulations, we have cemeteries again.
Well, I mean, there's
Like,
also
that'll be how that
like
goes.
people buy like familial plots, so it'll be like all of your
Dude, and
families in one area.
we can like dig a hole and we just put that all in the ground, and then you have like a ceremony and you pour the ashes in it. Yeah, we've done this already before, man. Oh, okay.
What if
We could all do it in the same area.
I'm gonna become president, and I'm gonna have a rule that once you get a certain number of urns in your family, you have to buy a crypt, and you just put all the urns in the crypt.
The crypt is just the big like stone thing, right?
Yep. And it's just a place for
That's kinda
teenagers to
creepy,
hang out and
isn't
drink.
it? Or to
Yeah.
hide money in if you're a drug like launderer like Marty is in Ozark. Shout out
God,
to
I
you if
need
you
to
got
go
that
back
reference.
and watch that movie. Or that show, not movie, but yeah.
What's kind of like creepier to you is that like we realize like, or is it creepier that like we've decided like, hey, what if we all just like buried people that didn't know each other around the same area? Or like, would it have been creepy if we just buried people on like property? Like, isn't it weird that somebody came up with the concept of like, I have a bunch of land. What if we just put all of our dead people in this land that I have? You can buy it from me and you can put your dead people where I had my dead people, and they'll be next to each other, but not next to each other. It's like a house with neighbors.
I feel like it used to be people were buried like around churches. Like I feel like that's what cemeteries used to be. Like
originally you used to be buried on your land, like it was like you're dead. Okay, here. But like, is it weirder that we were like, what if we all consolidated it? Because it would be weird if you were just like building stuff now and you're like, and there was 4 people that were from this family that used to live here in 1392. Okay, like, guess we got to move these. Like, it makes sense to come up with cemeteries, but it's like, that's creepy as fuck to like come up with the idea of.
I actually don't find either one creepy, to be honest with you.
No, I think somebody had to one day come across, because we are already in a developed country where we have those planned out. But like, somebody had to come up with the idea of like, this plot will just bury people in. Like, that's weird. Somebody had to come up with that idea.
I think nowadays most people would say that burying like family members on your own land is creepier.
That would be now.
But I also have no problem with that. Like, oh, well, our dogs are over here and grandma and grandpa are over there.
Because crypts are really just like apartments for dead bodies.
Right? Like if I was a graveyard person, like I wanted to be buried in a graveyard, I would buy plots and I would most definitely bury my dogs next to me too. I'd be like, dude, if I'm going in the ground, my dogs are coming with me.
I've always felt like
not like bury them with me when I die.
Like,
they're alive.
To like know where you're going in the ground would be so weird to know. Like, I bought that already. I know where, when I'm dead, I will lay forever. That's weird. Crazy to think of that that's a crazy concept to think of.
I don't know how that happened with any of my grandparents that are dead, now that I think about it.
Because I remember both of my grandparents, like when my grandfather passed away, they had like the spot next to it was where my grandmother, like one of my grandmothers has left, and then like that's where she will be laid to rest, and the other one was laid to rest there. And it was just like, that's weird to be like, and that's where I will be laying eventually.
I feel like on my mom's side, both of them, they had.
I don't have that.
I feel like that, but I'm pretty sure my dad's mom, I think we had to send her back up north because she had bought a spot already, but I'm not sure. Is that weird to not know what happened to your grandparents?
I don't know.
Robert has this look on his face like,
Robert, you have a better moral compass than us. What do you think? Are you just ready for us to end this topic? We're going to talk about graves more.
It does get like very dark and sad thinking about that. I think it is a little weird that you don't know what happened to your grandparents.
Right? I kind of do too. I just don't know if I was weird for thinking it.
No. Like, I definitely think I'm weird in that regard. But also, I just like, God, I don't pay attention to a lot of things. And I know that's shitty. But it's just, that's me. I'm a human garbage can.
Not aware.
That's honestly what I should do. I'd be like, hey, cremate me, but then just like throw me in the nearest dumpster.
That would be perfect.
Or just don't even cremate me. Just leave my body in a dumpster and let other people figure out what to do with it.
Just mix me with the like carnival sand thing. Put me as one line in it, and then throw the rest of it out. But like,
Cover
just
me-
let maybe the black line in the sand is just like that's Alex's ashes.
Cover
Yeah.
me in booze and just light me on fire.
If I had to be buried, I don't think I'd want like a whole casket thing. Just like some cloth over me and then in the ground.
Like a mummy.
Just rent a fucking big cat like
Like, isn't
scoop.
it
and
interesting
dig a
that,
hole
like,
somewhere
that
and dump
is-
my body.
like I understand it's for like the formality of like a funeral, but like at some point somebody's like, okay, well, like I'm sure they initially just were like put him in the ground, bury him, and like, well, what if we got like a casket? Okay, we'll build a box to put him in, and then somebody's like then they were like, well, we can jack up the price. What if we wanted cherry oak? And we can charge this much, and it's like that's like such like a dark way to like think of it, but like somebody was like, what if we wanted a pearl casket? Yeah, I mean, it'll be $500,000, but somebody will do it. Okay. And somebody did do it.
Stuff
And
me
it's
in
like
a
so much of, like, the
used
ceremony, but then you just go into the ground.
stuff me in a used bourbon barrel. And
Like
I'm
I
good
think
to
that
go.
like some actor was talking about how he and his wife are having like whatever when they die, they're gonna be buried in some suit that like turns them into a tree. And I was like, that seems kind of stupid and cheesy, but like it actually makes sense once you think of it. It's like, okay, well, at least like something comes out of this. Then it's like,
Okay, but-
here's just a box with a person that's rotting now. Which it's like it's somebody that was loved by people, and there's nothing. I'm not taking away anything from that, but it's like that's just it. It just sits there at that.
But
point.
also,
And
here's
it's
the
like at
thing.
least if you're a tree, you grow back.
Are you in a special cemetery where everyone's going to be like that? Because if you're just like, oh, put me in whatever cemetery, cool. But eventually your tree's going to grow and like break into other people's graves. And that's pretty fucking disrespectful.
What if we made it okay, a business idea that I don't want to be in charge of, but just you get buried in a suit that turns you into a tree that bears fruit of some kind. So you're like, but you don't know what kind it is. So it's like, ooh, Robert was an apple tree. Pat was a banana tree. And I'll be like,
I love bananas.
and I'll just be like, I'm trying to think of another
Coconut.
No, like what's it like a kumquat?
You're a coconut.
Like,
You're
like
a
one of the
coconut.
like I'd be like some like off-brand one where it's like, what is that? I've never heard of that.
No, you'd be durian.
Yep, it's like disappointing. Just disappointing.
I think Robert laughed
Even
'cause
in
he
death,
got it.
Alex still let us down.
Well, because durian fruit is that fruit that like you cut it open and it smells like absolute fucking balls. Like it just
I'm
smells
sure
like
most
shit.
people got that joke, Pat. That was a
It's
great
the
joke.
smelliest fruit in the world. Robert laughed. He got it. There was like three. Here's why I tell jokes to make three people fucking laugh.
Which is a great concept.
And that makes me laugh.
The third person being you. It's Alex, me, and yourself.
Of course. Well, well, you laugh, so that maybe this one was only two. There's one person out there that understood the durian fruit
I hope so.
reference.
Let's move along, though. Let's move along. I feel like we've stayed on that long enough. Yes, if a person with fake boobs dies, they are buried with their implants, and the implants just are on top of the skeleton.
Yeah.
Great question.
So if you want
Brandon.
free titties, go to a
Brett.
graveyard.
Brandon, we have Brandon Whitehead. It's Brandon Whitehead with the question. Just sent that in. Ryan Mazok at Ryan Mazok. That's Mazoch on Twitter. He says, in the spirit of football returning, what is more embarrassing? And he's given us like football options that are more embarrassing. Is a pick six more embarrassing? A safety, a strip sack, wide right on a field goal, like the Bills did in the Super Bowl, or a return touchdown? What is more embarrassing out of that? A pick six, safety, a strip sack, wide right on a field goal, or a return for a touchdown?
I'm not going to say strip sack because that happens like fairly often.
I think it's an easy one. I would say that it would go number one would be pick six easily because it's just like they take it away from you and then say fuck you. here's my dick right in your face. Like, okay, we just scored 6 on you. Like, that's the worst.
And then you got to get right back on the field.
And then
Like, you don't
then
even
you just have to walk out there like a jackass. Like, I didn't just throw an interception. They got returned. Like, that's the most like, damn it. Like I'm trying to think of how I react when those happen during a game, and pick 6 is the worst. As a Giants fan that's had the miracle at the Meadowlands too with Deshaun Jackson, return touchdown, I would still say like safety is embarrassing, but sometimes you give safety on something else. If it's like sometimes it's a penalty, like, well, he's trying to throw the ball away. What the fuck?
You get the ball on the 1 yard line and like you just can't move the line. That shit happens. Now, if it's Dan
but still, when you give up 2 points, like 2 points, it fucks up the score for the rest of the game. If you're gambling on the game, that ruins a lot of the point spreads because 2 points throws a real wrench in a lot of things.
The return touchdown, I wouldn't say
just hurts because it makes you feel like your special team. It's I don't know. Return touchdown, I might be moving to second. I think I might move return touchdown to second.
No, I don't think it's embarrassing at all. It just now if you let up a second return touchdown, that's embarrassing. But one, you're just like, God damn it, that sucks. Like,
but it's always at like the most inopportune time, like.
But it's not embarrassing. It's just it
is. You're like, oh, cool. Now we can't stop the guy running the ball back. Damn it, we had one guy to get. You had one guy to get. That's your mind. That's in my mind. I'm like, we had one guy.
I think the wide right is way more embarrassing because it's like literally, dude, you have one job. It's to kick the ball through the uprights, and you can't even fucking do that. That's embarrassing.
It happens.
It's like a chip shot field goal. If it's a chip shot field goal, I get that. But kickers miss field goals, you know? Like, to me,
I'm saying that should be embarrassing for the kicker. Like, that's literally the only thing you're here to do, and you can't do that.
So out of the options we were given, pick 6, safety, strip sack, wide right on a field goal, or a return for a touchdown, like a kick return or punt return for a touchdown. Rank 1, 2, 3 most embarrassing, because I think I would go pick 6, 1, like clear number 1. Then I would say return touchdown, then safety.
I go pick 6, wide right, then safety.
Robert, what do you think? As not
actually no.
Big football guy on the pod, but what do you
think? I go pick 6, safety, then wide right.
But safety, sometimes you said like if you get the ball on the 1, okay.
It happens.
It would have been great. But like when the referee does this, like you don't see safety, where they do the triangle with the hands, like that is just like, oh God, no. Like that's the worst.
But also that's embarrassing.
That's almost the most embarrassing
thing.
The
literally
referee gives you the safety. You're like, now I gotta punt the ball to you. Fuck you.
All you have to do is not lose yards on this play. That's it. Like you just have to move forward, and you can't move forward a fucking inch. That's embarrassing.
It is embarrassing.
Yeah. What about you, Robert?
I don't even know what a safety is, to be honest.
Safety is when you get tackled in your own end zone, which means the other team gets 2 points and you have to kick them the ball back. Usually it's a punt.
I'm going to go pick 6, safety, and return TD.
So you agree with me, or sort of agree with me. You switched return TD and safety. But yes, I think either of those could go the same thing, because the safety, I'm back and forth on safety and return for a touchdown, because there's nothing more like I feel like a return for a touchdown is specifically when it's like right after you drive down the field, you watch your team's like it's like a 12-play drive, eats up 10 minutes of the clock in the third quarter, coming out of half, and you score a touchdown, and then the other team gets the kickoff, runs it back. You're like, God, fucking.
But it could also be a punt return for a touchdown.
That also sucks.
But that's what I'm saying. Like
a Giants fan,
I'm arguing
Matt
semantics.
Dodge, kick it the fuck out of bounds. Just chill out.
I'm arguing semantics on this because, like I said, I don't feel it's embarrassing. I think it's infuriating. Like, just do your goddamn job. But, like, yeah.
I'm just going to say, I've never been banned from a Buffalo Wild Wings because of a safety. I have because of a return touchdown.
Oh, man. I wish I could have been next to you when that happened.
No, you don't. You were already with me when I broke a TV over a hockey game. And that's not my number one sport, so.
Yeah, but watching you get kicked out of a Buffalo Wild Wings, I feel like it would just be fucking beautiful.
Wasn't kicked out. I was asked to leave and not come back. There was no kicking.
I can just see you being like, no, this is justified. Did you see what just fucking happened right there?
It was one of the things where it was just like, oh shit. All right, I'm just gonna go. My bad. Yep, that's on me. Shouldn't have done that. Hand up. That's on. Yep, my bad.
Did
my
you
B.
break something, or were you just freaking out?
I think there was a glass, but there was not. It was not
Okay.
full.
Okay,
It was one of those bar tables. It was. I had already paid a tab too, so I was good.
Did you knock over the table?
Flipped it over. Yes.
Still understandable in my book.
And it was like on there was like a step area up, so it went down a level as well.
I mean, still understandable. You can't have
Eagles
sports on
fans
TV
that
and
watched
not
me storm out, so it was more embarrassing. I was at like everything that could have gone wrong went wrong.
Did they mock you on the way out?
Guy shows up late, starts talking shit. I was like, fuck you, dude. I don't care. My team's winning. We slowly blew away a lead and then fucked it up right at the very end of the game on the worst play ever. And yeah, I don't know. It was gone. That was it.
Are you happy that you just made yourself relive that?
No.
And on that note,
moving on. That is the prison in my own brain that I find myself in, where I just relive like terrible moments that my team has had. And I feel like it's my fault somehow, which it's not. But I'm like, hey, Alex, you had nothing to do with that. You didn't play special teams. You didn't make it to the NFL. Chill the fuck out, dude. It's the thing I'm working on this year. So hopefully the Giants season will be a lot better. And hopefully they'll just win, so it won't matter.
You know what? Let's move on. We got one more left. We can try and
Moving
end on a positive
All
note.
right. Javier Perez at Silkies_man on Twitter says, at what age do you go from being an old soul to just being old?
40?
I don't know. I was telling Emma the other day, I said, I think I'm in my midlife. I'm halfway through life or whatever it was. And she was like, how old do you think you're going to live to be? And I was like, probably not that old.
I think 60 is like pushing it for me.
If I make it to 80, like I think I won.
Well, I mean, I'll probably make it to like 93 with my bourbon medical plan.
Do you think you're going to get health insurance at all in that time?
At some point I will, yeah. At some point I'll be forced to grow up.
That'd be amazing if you didn't.
Honestly. I hope not. Ugh.
I hope not for you. I hope not. You should probably go at least, I would say, like, it's like taxes. You got to do it once every 4 years.
I don't know. It depends.
Go to the doctor once every 4 years. It's an Olympic year. Pick summer, winter, but whenever it's those Olympics, they come back around. That's time to go to the doctor, get a checkup.
It just depends on if somebody ever
the
cares
dentist
about
into
me
that
enough
too.
to make me get it. That's what it is. It's like kind of depressing, but also kind of funny to me at the same time.
Marry a nice doctor woman. She'll throw you on her insurance.
God, man, if I could get to be a stay-at-home husband, let's do it. Need me a sugar mama. I'm gonna say 40. 40 is when they say you're over the hill. Your 30s, you can still put off, be like, oh, I'm not that old yet. Once you hit 40, man, you're fucking old. Oh, 40 is the new 30. No, fuck you. You're 40 years old. You're fucking old.
But like an old soul works until I think you're like 30. I think like the term old soul is like, I feel like you get like, he's in college, but he's an old soul. He listens to Bob Dylan. And you're like,
I don't know about that.
I don't know. I think it just means like old soul, I felt like was always like a creepy way that like, I don't think Javier means it this way, but it's like when you had the like weird dude that was like still dating freshmen when you're in college, like from high school. And it's like,
oh no, that's called
like she's mature for her age, and you're like, no, dude. He's like, she's an old soul. I'm like, nope.
No,
she's 15.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I have an old soul. I'd say I have an old personality. I'm just old, like I'm like a cranky 80-year-old man. I just want to yell at things and hate things, and
yeah, I feel like I'm that way too.
Good.
Like I go out, I still hang out with people. I'll party every now and then, but it's like at the end of the day, if you ask me like what I'd rather do on like a Friday night, it's just hang out, watch TV, and maybe play some Xbox. Like that's it. I'd rather stay at home and just chill out.
Like I'm at that point in my life.
Soul in me, and I think that's just me becoming an older person now.
I'm like, I've met enough people. I
But
don't need it anymore in my life.
I think in your 30s, you're not an old soul anymore. You're just doing things that older people do. Because an
Well,
old soul is always like, oh, you're high school, college age, or like mid to late 20s, and you're just, oh, okay, you know, she knits. Not most people that age knit, but that's an old soul type thing to do. But like, if you're 32 and you're knitting, it's like, yeah, you're just a knitting person. That's just what you do.
It's also a little different person to person. And like, I hate to give an answer like that, but like my brother, he got old at like 22. Like his body just started breaking the fuck
just
down.
Quit believing in banks.
No, this was before that. I'm just saying like his
I'm
body.
pulling all my money out and hiding it.
My
in a
brother's got the
train
body
car.
of an 80-year-old man. It's just from years of catching and just playing football. Like he weighed 285 pounds, but he really weighed 160. And his body is just breaking down and failing him. I would say I got old at like 26. That's when I was saying like, I'm done with the youths. I don't need them anymore. Like
I
2
felt
years
old
out of
today.
college, I was old.
I was talking about doing a fantasy football draft yesterday. I'm the commissioner, so I had the big draft board with the stickers that you had to put everybody's draft picks on, and I had to keep like leaning over to like grab the stickers, and like my hamstrings and back, like lower back, are just sore today. And I was like,
Well, that's just more.
I'm old now.
That's more so just
I'm
being
old.
out of shape. That's just you're out of shape.
But also, that's just like your 30s is when you're not an old soul.
Ooh, actually, you know what might be a good thing for when you're old is the second when you start standing up and you go, ugh. When you start making noises standing up, you're old.
You do that, like
or sitting down.
Don't be not turning into your parents commercial.
Yeah,
Which,
that's literally
like,
what it is. It's just
okay. I'm ready to get Flo out of here. I'm done with Flo.
whoa.
I could do a whole thing on Flo. I'm just over Flo. Like your bit's done.
You're
Let's let
overflow.
Jamie get some spotlight. I'm overflow. But like the turning into your parents commercials are always funny. Like, don't be
I love
coy.
those.
You know what kind of fish that is? Don't be coy. It's koi fish. It's koi fish. Like, still funny. And they just did like the third rendition of it. And I was like, all right, they still hit. It was like the Geico caveman one. It was about 5-6 runs you get out of it. And then it's like, okay, they move on.
Bring
But like
those
Progressive was
back.
like, we're just rolling with Flo nonstop.
Well, they tried to run with Jamie, just Jamie, and everyone was like, fuck this guy. You need Flo
They
for Jamie.
keep trying to
work.
reinvent Flo. They had Flo that was like the choose your price thing. They had Flo, like the OG Flo. They had Flo
I
that's
like
trying
Flo.
to teach Jamie. They had the family Flo where she was everybody in her family, which was cool. And it's just like now they have like Flo and there's a team with Flo. And it's like, just, hey, hang it up, Flo. Give it to the team. We'll figure it out. Look, we get it. You know how to save us money on stuff.
I've got an idea on how you can get
The
back
Gecko
on
on
Flo's side.
Geico, they rotate it enough to where you're not fed up with that dude.
No, I've got an idea on how to get you back on Flo's team. So there's a commercial where there's a shitty song playing in the background. Everyone's dancing and not talking about food. Everyone in that commercial fucking dies. The Applebee's commercial, everybody fucking dies. And Flo walks by and goes, bet you wish you had insurance.
I don't like the death aspect of it, but I think
Oh,
I
no,
might be back
I
on
want-
board. Yes.
Yeah, I want everybody in that Applebee's commercial to die. Maybe
I
not
don't
in real
want people
life.
to die. I don't wish
in-
death upon people.
not in real
I'm
life.
Not that kind of guy.
Not in
Robert,
real life,
make sure that you
but-
put that down in the Braille version of the podcast.
I want
which
the
you can find
characters
somewhere.
I want the characters of the Applebee's song to die. And maybe whoever's singing that song should just lose his vocal cords for the rest of his fucking
Applebee's on
life.
a midnight
Stop it, stop
in
it,
ranch
stop it.
dressing on a
Stop
Chicago.
it. You're going to get stuck in my head. Stop. If this
Hot
gets stuck in my
dog,
head later,
yeah, we got Old Spice.
I'm gonna
and
fucking
blah, blah,
kick you in the nuts.
da, ba, ba, ba.
it's the lowest common denominator of
Applebee's, let
fucking
the
music.
baby die.
Hey, it's country music, so everyone must be a fucking hick. Let's talk about how it's
I got
fancy if you
mud
put
on,
Busch
just a
Light
dirt
in a fucking
road. Got my
styrofoam
blue
cup.
jeans, got a milkshake, got a high life, got my girl too. I think I just wrote a country song.
Beat my fucking children because that's all I do. This is country music. That's what they think it is.
Wow. As a big
So-
fan of country music that you are, I wouldn't think that would be how you justify.
I mean, that's the people that write that kind of song. That's what they think of country music.
Like your Morgan
They're
Wallen
fucking
hero.
assholes. I'm gonna kill you.
Morgan Wallen. Wow.
I'm gonna kill you like you're in that Applebee's commercial.
All right, guys, we love y'all. Y'all the best. Please give us a 5-star review on iTunes, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to podcasts. Go and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Pass the Gravy Pod on YouTube. Leave us a comment. Just hashtag Gravy Gang in the comments this week on the YouTube video. Robert does a lot of work to put this together to make sure that you guys can watch it on a bunch of different platforms. I mean, we try and accumulate how many views we get on stuff, and we have like Facebook, we have YouTube, we have Instagram clips that we throw up, we have all kinds of stuff, and Robert's doing all kinds of work for all of that. So go subscribe to the YouTube channel. It helps us out. And PassTheGravyMerch.com. We have just less than a week left of the limited edition Pass the Gravy merchandise available in the store, PassTheGravyMerch.com. You want a Pass the Gravy bucket hat? Get it while you can, because this time next week it's not going to be available. Pass the Gravy
bucket hat season.
.com at A Recent Study Pod. If you want to listen to Robert and Sam's podcast, they have an awesome one they do every Monday. Go check that out. And then we also have Claire at Big Blue podcast on Tuesdays. If you want to hear anything English Premier League or NFL, me and my buddy Mike Fish, we break that down. Obviously, y'all are listening to Pass the Gravy at Pass the Gravy Pod. And then we do Pass the Gravy Bro. If you guys watch Big Brother at Pass the Gravy Bro, we do live recaps every night after the show's over. So Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. Pat is on it sometimes. Emma is on it every night almost. And Chris Hogan, former host of Pass the Gravy, is on it more nights than not. And disappointed but not surprised. Go give them a follow. Listen to them. Alex and Addie, those guys are awesome, and Weekly D podcast as well. You guys have a great rest of your week. Hope that your football teams win, unless they are the Cowboys or the Eagles. And until we talk to you guys next time, pass the gravy, you bitches.
Baby bed, a couple wrecks,